I have a story to tell you about a little civilization in the apocalyptic wasteland called Arroyo, led by the Chosen One. This video is the full story, with all the triumphs, challenges, and close calls you could possibly want. In all seriousness, this actually was a pretty good one. I think you're gonna like it. Anyway, here goes nothing. Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, playing a brand new series here as Arroyo in the Fallout Overhaul mod for Hearts of Iron. Playing as Arroyo because it has the Chosen One. I believe, if you were to read that on the left-hand side, I believe this is one of the protagonists from the Fallout game. It sounded interesting to me, so I figured we kind of give it a shot. Something I note right off the bat is that we have very little army, so we have 3 soldiers to start, and that our tech tree up here is rather small. I am hopeful that this tech tree will expand based on actions taken. It might kind of revise itself. I've seen that happen before. Otherwise, we'll see. Maybe this ends up being a short run. I'm not really sure. First thing that we have to do, I've already organized my army. We definitely need the quest for the Holy Gek. It says the search for Vault 13. Let's go ahead and start these. Now we know that the first couple of these these things are really just setting the stage for the story behind what's happening here. The one thing I do need to do is train a couple more divisions. Let's just go ahead and drop down some settlement guards are fine. We really don't have all that much manpower to start, so we'll just start there and we'll go 1. Now, we do not have enough infantry equipment for this, which is, I'm imagining, going to be an issue. But we don't have the military factories either. So this might be a slow build out. Let's let this roll and get this game running. All right, there we go. The Chosen One set out from Arroyo alone, facing a near impossible battle against a hostile wasteland. They knew only that their village, their people were dying, and that only the secrets of nearby vaults could save it. Their journeys to nearby vaults, which would take them through the likes of Shady Sands, Vault City, and Klamath, was fraught with peril. But from it all, the Chosen One learned, oh, thank gosh, we can either get 3 arms workshops or 2 civilian workshops. Oh, crap. This is actually really important for us, isn't it? We really need arms workshops, really badly actually, but civilian workshops is going to allow us to make more. I'm going to start with arms workshops because I feel kind of hopeless right now. We're going to skip the caps tutorial. We've done this a bunch of times now, but it does allow us more production, and we desperately need that production right now for basic weaponry for our divisions, because as it stands now, we're kind of hopeless. I'm going to get that second national focus, researching Vault 13. Gotta unpause it. Man, that is really fast. Arrival at the Holy 13. After a long journey across California, the Chosen One finally arrived at Vault 13. They found a startling surprise in their ancestors' home, now inhabited by a tribe of intelligent yet friendly Deathclaws, far more powerful than the Chosen One or any of their potential companions, and with the Gek hidden just behind them, the Chosen One was forced to cooperate, at least to some extent. Once inside the vault, the Chosen One found a unique status quo. The descendants of those that had stayed in Vault 13 lived in tandem with the Deathclaws and had created a thriving society together. Yet what shocked the Chosen One was the most was how 90%. I'm gonna get an increase to karma. I'm not really worried about our research bonus right now. That's fine by me. We need another national focus. This is the last one, it looks like, which is the Enclave oil rig. Holy crap, that was fast. The giant faces. What the Chosen One believed to be their moment of victory was soon dashed by a vision from their tribal healer, Haquan something. The people of Arroyo had been kidnapped by soldiers and giant metal birds and taken somewhere into the sea. The Chosen One's mission to save their tribe became true in a far more literal sense. I'm realizing that this doesn't sound like the plot of any known Fallout game that I've played, so I think I was totally wrong earlier. I have no clue who the Chosen One is then. But anyway, the Chosen One's mission to save their tribe became true in a far more literal sense, with certain death awaiting those who were taken into Enclave captivity. Investigating the matter to the best of their ability, the Chosen One came upon several promising leads, the best of which was... Okay, so these will have unforeseeable consequences. We can get basic military armor. Let's go here. We're gonna go basic power armor tech. I think that's really good for us. Oh, next we're gonna go with Vault 13's Young Ones. The other bloodline. After the destruction of the oil rig by the Chosen One, the Vault 13 settlers settled in Arroyo with its tribe. Numerous children were born in the years later, one of which was a young girl named Chitza. There was a healthy rivalry between the children of the Arroyo tribes and the Vault dwellers that defined the early childhood of many young children. And Chitza established herself as the cunning leader behind many of the Vault children's support teams and mock battles. The Chosen One noticed her from an early age and watched her grow from a leader among her peers to a manipulative negotiator, able to steal deals from even the most unwilling traders. Her quick wit and capacity for charisma made a position as a tribal negotiator a certainty. Having seen Chitza grow from a young girl to a proud woman gave the Chosen One a sense of pride for the next generation of Arroyo. In particular, I guess I'm going to increase my karma. I don't particularly know why I wouldn't want to. As a quick aside, I do apologize for all of the reading. We know that the start of a new Hearts of Iron series is exceptionally heavy in reading. So we'll just keep that in mind. And we know that once we get through probably most of these first ones, we really stop having to read quite so much. And we can do a lot more of the actual gameplay. So let it run a little bit more. We're not really expecting all that much else to happen right now. We have our production lines up again. Oops. We have our production lines just cranking from this. You can see we still need more weaponry. The doctor from San Francisco born follower trained. The kidnapping of the people of Arroyo at the hands of the Enclave meant the death of Hakunin, the tribal healer. Despite their best effort, the tribe spent years fruitlessly searching for a suitable replacement. Hakunin had no pupils and left little behind in terms of medical advice. Although a number of Arroyo tribespeople had some level of medical knowledge, none rivaled the old Coot's skill and experience. A lucky break came when traders brought word of an ex-follower who had taken up residence in the Packers. Set on convincing him to settle in the Arroyo tribe, the Chosen One journeyed south to Happy Camp. Once there, the Chosen One found Dimitri. Having split from the followers due to unwillingness to accept violence, Dimitri had wandered north, providing small amounts of aid in return for various payments. He had heard of Arroyo and the Chosen One, but wasn't certain it was time for him to settle permanently. Offered compensation and safety for his help, a reasonable trade. I feel like I guess I want to keep increasing my karma. I don't know what karma does, but I'm going to urge him to join us. We need the humble warrior of Arroyo. Fearful beginnings. Nagor was the youngest cousin of the Chosen One, yet, oh my god, is that Nagor? Look at him. Despite his strong posture and fit body, shared none of his cousin's bravery. His dog Smoke was one of the few friends he had growing up. He was teased constantly for his weakness, but the Enclave's arrivals shattered his desire for a meek life. Those who fought back were killed, and Nagor could only bring himself to watch the massacre. His demeanor changed entirely. He began to steel himself for battle. The Chosen One barely recognized Nagor when he arrived at the oil rig. After escaping the oil rig and returning to Arroyo, Nagor began to return to his old self, but never entirely forgot the man he'd become. I'm going to tell him to make his own decisions. Oh, good. We got our scrap bicycle done. That was just some research I started at the beginning of the game. I want to blitz through like scrap truck, I think, so we have a motorized division pretty soon. I'm just going to do motorization there because we might as well. And now we can go high security, investigating Happy Camp. There was once a peaceful part, or child of an old friend. Let's go high securities, high stakes. Sentence Max Sec. Northern California has changed a lot since the Chosen One's quest. 30 years ago, only the most developed cities bothered to maintain a permanent jail. The emergence of maximum security in California politics has changed this drastically. This egregious profit is in no small part due to the atrocious living conditions. Prisoners are barely fed enough. I can get 3 civilian workshops, which is fantastic. Or I can get more local population. We're going to get more civilian workshops. I think that's going to be extremely impactful for us, although consumer goods are taking 3 of them. So we got to reduce consumer goods in the near future. This is a little crazy, but we're going to go with basic laser weaponry. It's way ahead of time, but we have 5 research slots, and I really like the idea of getting ahead on some laser weaponry because we're not going to have all that many soldiers. Let's equip them to the best of our ability. Next, we'll investigate Happy Camp here. Unfortunately, all of this is just setting up the basis, but once we go through all this, we'll be good. All right, the Quiet Ones. They began as quiet shadows, a presence that regional leaders were only vaguely aware of. A seemingly small group of hunters lived off whatever game they could find in the forest, rarely interacting with nearby settlements. The perception of harmless foresters changed, however, when a trader who'd lost the woodland road witnessed 20 hunters work in unison to bring down 3 deathclaws in quick succession. The startled trader told his story to the people of Arroyo, a story which soon began to spread. The Chosen One had no easy task of tracking down the isolationist survivalists, but still managed to trace them back to their camp. Initially greeted with suspicion, the Chosen One was eventually able to win their trust. we can get a production of 6 water in Happy Camp, or we can get 300 units of infantry equipment. No, we're gonna go production. Production makes a heck of a lot of sense. We can deploy some units now. Might as well deploy our units, get ourselves going a little bit. I'm actually gonna increase this to 2 divisions each so that they just kind of keep going. We definitely need a better army at this point, and I do need to set another national focus. Let's go. There once was a peaceful port. I'm sorry. Stacks of shells. Eureka was a town of no note when the Chosen One last adventured across the waste. Overrun by Mirelurks, a Preservariant group of survivors had made it their crusade to return to their ancestors' home. When they eventually did, they decided to use their military experience on foreign shores. Let's see. We can get a bunch of bottle caps or an arms workshop. Absolutely the arms workshop. We're going to do this one, which gives us 2 more civilian workshops. We do have a bunch of political power. Oh, healing powder. Hello. I like that. That's fine. I like the idea that we're going to be able to conserve some of our units in the very near future because manpower is absolutely going to be one of the biggest issues for us. We got the skinning lesson from Klamath, which gives us 2 more. Yeah, nice. Look at that. So we have actually 5 civilian workshops, and we're obviously creating 1 more. We really need those civilian workshops to be able to actually do anything. Let's get this one because this can get us some arms workshops pretty soon. All right, the old ways abandoned. Sulik has traveled across the wasteland with the Chosen One during their quest for the Gek. While he has since passed on, his son Avwenran, wow, I killed that one, now leads the Umbra tribe. Taught the wonder of technology and civilization by his father and the Chosen One, Avwenran has turned his tribe away from their traditional and spiritual ways. He instead opted to encourage discovery and permanent settlement, pioneering Arroyo building techniques for members of his tribe. We can get research speed +3 or infantry equipment. Research speed +3 sounds absolutely great compared. We cannot do any of these because you can see it says actually the Chosen One is gone and it has an X there. So it looks like at some point, depending on the ruling party, something is going to happen. And we get to choose which way we want to go by the look of it. So let's go with this one here. This gives us 3 arms workshops, which I absolutely want. Got motorization, so I'm going to push over to scrap truck, I think. I like the speed of motorcycles. Yeah, we're going to go with scrap truck. Got ourselves some power armor. We can be building that in the not so far future. We are absolutely ahead on a ton of stuff. See if there's anything else we can build here. Yeah, you know what? Let's get some manpower. we really need recruitable population and manpower. I do want to spend my political power as well. You know what? Let's reduce our consumer goods percentage from 30 to 20%. I think that's going to be worth it. That gives us some additional... Yeah, see, we actually have 7 workshops now. Every workshop is really just going to help us, and it spends some of that political power. All right, this guy right here, James Abercrombie, as a cultural policy, can get us a recruitable population factor of 15%, which I think is just good. Manpower is absolutely going to be our issue still, so let's just let it go. We'll keep on trucking. Okay, Followers of the Apocalypse. Followers of the Apocalypse, I still haven't gotten an actual understanding of if they're good or not, but I don't think they're really good for us. It reduces our war support long term, and it makes me really nervous. So we're going to try to keep them from our lands. It means that we have to do a couple of things here, like seize a follower's fort, so we can get 1 civilian workshop, for example, and then we're going to raid their supplies as well. And then I don't know that we have to do all of that. It kind of confuses me. Why would we placate them? And we can do this because I guess, but I think the followers are going to get a foothold there. Whoa, hello, hold on. So we did get a couple more military factories. We have 2 more. And this is where we can start making a couple more things, like maybe scrap bicycles so we can get a motorized division. I actually think I'd like to do that. That would make me fairly happy if we started that process now. We have really low manpower, which we know is going to be an issue. going to do this. This gets rid of our division attrition, minus 10%, and then our infantry division defense is plus 5%. Before I do that, though, I will look at the other ones. I am feeling like pretty soon there will just be a triggered event where something happens with the Chosen One, which means Chosen One is gone, and I wonder if I'm not going to be able to do some of these things. So what do I want here? Let's make sure I get everything I want. Do I want this one? I get infantry equipment, which is good, but probably not super needed. This is good. Division attrition minus 10 and infantry division defense is good. So I'm probably going to do that one. This is the same modifier, which is a little confusing. We can get 12 water. We can get 2 building slots somewhere. We can get 3 infrastructure. It's actually really good. That's 3 infrastructure in all of our lands. Let's do this one first because I don't know if we're going to be able to do all of those forever. All right, there we go. We got that one that I wanted. We can put 2 building slots on each of those locations as well. I am definitely going to do that. We're going to start here and get that nice buff first, make sure we can grab that, and then we'll do that other one. The followers rejected. Having worked out that we have been behind the successive attempts to undermine them, the followers have left. I lose some stability, but I get some war support, and I do lose a little bit of research speed. But honestly, I feel like the followers are more of an issue than not. Got some divisions. I mean, you know, hey, manpower is really low, but at least we do have some divisions to work with. I'd like to train more, but we kind of almost have to wait a little bit longer for our manpower to get, honestly, up a little bit, but we are moving. Okay, let's get war support. Now we're at 43%, that's good. Let's get the 2 building slots on all of the locations. I do think that's worth it. Let's add a second, nice. We'll add a couple more civilian factories to the queue. All right, we got that one as well. So, I mean, I don't know if we can double this one up. Oh yeah, the focus has already been, no, I mean, we might be able to double this up. That division attrition rate, if I could double that, that's fantastic. Might as well do it. Something's going to change, and I don't know what that something is. So I'm just waiting until, I guess, the Chosen One leaves or something like that is what I'm understanding. Now, with the additional manpower here, I wouldn't mind getting a couple more people. You can see we're at 1,000 manpower, so that's fine. Oh yeah, look at that. See up here? Wanderlust takes hold. I mean, I have to imagine that he's going to be gone. That's what's happening. So we have 28 days. We actually don't have enough time to complete anything fully. I don't really care about outpost construction speed. Let's just get infantry equipment if we can. We know in the next 27 days, very soon, something's going to happen, and I think this is going to trigger the next stage of this campaign, essentially. Disappearance in the night. We woke this morning to a strange feeling. Across Arroyo, citizens woke in a haze, silently missing a familiar presence. We didn't realize until the afternoon what we were feeling, and it took until nightfall for us to openly speak it. The Chosen One had departed. A number of notes and journals had been left behind, somewhat resembling the memoirs once left by their grandparent. Most of the gear had been taken, along with the old highwaymen they once roamed with. While a time of mourning had been declared, decisions now rest solely on the hands of the tribal council. While they will always work together in unison, it would be best to select a temporary council leader, someone to shepherd both our tribe. Okay, now we gotta choose a leader. So do we want People's Party, Elites Party, or Intellectuals Party? In order to answer that, we have to come here, and we have to take a look at what we get from each one. Because this is people, this is elites, and this one is intellectuals. All right, we're gonna go with this one, which is the Elites Party. The reason being, this has a couple of building slots and off-map workshops. I just really need those workshops. I got 2 more. It's a bunch. So let's go here to Chitsa, and it'll be the Elites Party. Now we can go. Looks like we can do. Hold on. Looks like we can still do these old ones if we want to. I don't really think we need to right now. I might be wrong. Okay, anyway, let's do this one, which is just her way, and that's the start of this Elites Party. So the Chosen One is gone, and now it's Chitsa in charge, which is a good thing or a bad thing, and honestly, we're not really sure yet. All right, so something else that we want to do is the motorized division. We made those bikes not too long ago in the production line. We got them here. We have 201 in stockpile. I think that's about time for us then to start building motorized units out. You can see it's still going to take up a lot of our manpower, and that's going to be a big issue as we go. But I do like the idea, and I've done this historically, of our primary infantry in one army, and then our motorized and power armors and stuff like that in kind of a second army that we use to make strategic pushes. You know, just make strategic pushes in general. The other thing I want to do is we have 255 political power. I'm going to come down here to our cultural advisor, and I'm going to get this one. This is our daily political power game plus 0.1. That increases our daily political change to plus 0.92, and it was plus 0.78 or something like that. So that's great. Let's unpause and keep on moving. All right, look at that. Her way is going to be an interesting... Yeah, I lied. It's not going to do anything. Thought it was going to do something, but I guess it didn't do anything. We can get mercenary training tech. This adds resistance, and it gets event her logistics, which I think is interesting. This gets us infrastructure in Arroyo and trade income at Arroyo. This is the path that I'm the most interested in, though, so let's go this way because I don't really care as much about the left-hand side, and I don't know if this is also going to trigger something when the main guy comes back. The Geezer's Rebellion. Not really sure, but it looks like there might be some sort of civil unrest or rebellion that's going to happen right now, so we got to keep an eye on that. It looks like we've gotten the loss of control in Kirby, so there's some sort of rebellion happening. Let's gain influence with Umbra. Umbra's there, right? There's something happening in Umbra, I guess. I don't know if we can fold them into Arroyo. That would be interesting in the not so far future, but as it stands now, oh, hey, hold on a second. Sorry, as it stands now, it kind of is what it is. Now that you just saw, that was weaponry. It was the laser weaponry. That is way ahead of time. This basic laser weaponry, that is significantly ahead of time, this guy, but this is way better as far as quality goes than like this weaponry. I love that. It's way ahead of time, but it should really help us to win some wars and some battles. We're getting our scrap truck so we can increase the quality of our army there. We're kind of going for a quantity or a quality over quantity approach. Oh, this is what I forgot to do. I forgot to do this line of research, but that's fine. We are going to replace basic weaponry with basic laser weaponry. You can see we have a ton that we need to upgrade. Kind of is what it is. That's fine. We have our arms workshops that we are using, and it kind of is what it is. Otherwise, we're going to be creating more. Yeah, we're still creating more civilian workshops. We only have 4 currently, and we have a couple that are currently being used by something else. I just forget what they are. Chitz's plan was to meet with the leader of the counter-rebellion, I think. Umbra would allow Nagor and the Arroyo military to establish permanent bases across their territory. While this would give Arroyo a stronger grip over Umbra, the advantage to everyone was clear. Still, Chitza worried that it might be too upfront. Let's be aggressive. Let's see what happens. Scrap truck, and we have a couple of soldiers.
Hey there.
Hello. Hey, 13 soldiers is looking a little bit good. Also, instead of scrap bicycle, we can go scrap trucks, which, I mean, they're going to take forever to produce, but that should help us just by being, again, more and more useful. I can kind of, let me see, mobile maintenance crews. We're pretty far ahead of time here is the thing. We can go for tanks. I don't know that I would mind tanks, but I think the benefit of the tank is outweighed by the speed that we're going to get from the scrap truck. So let's go with logistics companies. That will help some of our army. We have really low manpower, and otherwise we're just kind of waiting. So we'll see what happens. Kid Games. Chitza has decided that naivety was charming. Nadia, her closest confidant growing up, had plenty of that. Really, Chitza has decided to hope that naivety was charming. Honestly, nothing really happened. Anyway, we got some money. Dimitri's options. Avranon was surprised by Dimitri's proposal. Instead of a violent confrontation with traditionalists, Dimitri advocated for education campaign among Umbra's population. Sure, let's gain influence with Umbra. I think the point is to try to, essentially convince Umbra to join us peacefully. I think that's what's going on here. All right, we're just going to keep going. Arroyan roads. As the Gek secured the Arroyan people's survival, the Chosen One began to instruct Arroyans to build roads into the wastelands. Constructed quickly to promote a rapid increase in trade, the roads have since fallen into disrepair. Chitsa has promised to spearhead the rebuilding efforts, but now faces a choice on how to deal with recruiting the manpower needed for the expansion. The effort is certain to be a net positive economically, but fairer wages could buy the workers' loyalty and more permanent support of Chitsa. I think we get the base stability increase and we increase Chitsa's karma. That seems to be a pretty good thing so that she's not viewed as cruel. We can go for 2 arms workshops, which I think is really, really good for us. And I think, in fact, that is what we're going to do. It says available because Chitsa has bad karma. Let's do this before she gets good karma, right? That could be an issue. We can invest in Umbria. We'll gain influence with Umbria. We can gain coercion with Umbria. We will lose influence. We will gain coercion. We will gain influence. We will lose. It's honestly a little bit confusing, but that's okay. We'll leave it. These old-timers were working to undo everything that the Chosen One and Sudak has worked towards. Not only was it a spat in the face of the ancestors they claimed to care so much about, it was an affront to the Chosen One themselves. Nagar would not allow this to stand. Not now, not ever. He could work with Avernon, but it might even be better to attack the enemy directly. Let's gain influence. Umbra raided us. That's funny. I'm gonna go with some more political power game for now, and I think I also might be able to get in... Actually, that's it. Chitsa has decided to restruct a reclamation authority devoted to promoting scavenging. Yay! All right, we got a couple of free military factories. I mean, really, we need to upgrade our laser weaponry, and I think putting another... Oh, I'm sorry, we got 1 free military factory. All right, never mind. We can get... Crap. So we need Chitsa to not have good karma. Grandpa Figleaf presents demands. This is still Umbra. Umbra... We can get some influence. That's fine. Let's just continue getting influence in Umbra. Essentially, while we're doing that, we're building our army slowly, but we are building our army. For example, we should be able to make a couple of more settlement guards at this point. So we can go maybe just 3 more units, just try to beef this up. I know we're at 780 manpower, which honestly just is horrible, but the more soldiers we have, I think the more ability we're going to have. Whoa. Alvaron prepares for war. Yeah, let's gain coercion. I still don't really understand what's going to be useful out of coercion, so we'll just kind of wait on that. We can't have our soldiers... Alvaron's worst fears had come true. He had known from the onset that this was a possibility, but he believed he could make his own people see reason. He failed. Grandpa Figleaf's warriors have swarmed across the border, demanding the return of the Grampy Bone as a symbol. What the heck is happening? Honoring their pledge to Alvaron, war has come, and okay. Let's gain influence with Umbra. Okay, so now we are fighting essentially the split Umbra right now. I guess I should have prepared for this ahead of time, and I didn't, but that's okay. We basically just need to do this, and then we're going to put you, which is our sole motorized here. So everybody please get over to where you need to be, and then honestly, I don't really think that they have enough soldiers to do anything.
What's up?
Really to scare us, so why don't you just move into this territory right here for me, please? Oh, you can't. Okay. Well, let's get everybody over here. We'll help them hold the line, although we appear to be losing. What is going on? Who is fighting? Oh, they're fighting, we're not. Now you'll notice that they have question marks next to their soldiers. So, hold on 1 second. We need decryption so that we can hopefully understand how many soldiers they have there. I'd like to be able to push in, for example, here. I mean, I think we should be able to win this. Okay, hold on. We just got Gek clearings, so now we can do... Oh, I'm sorry. If Chitsa had good karma, we can do these civilian workshops, but because she doesn't even have neutral, we can't do them. Okay, let's go here. This gives us some navy. We are winning this battle, and I think we'll win this battle too. So let's move in from the top. If we can get their capital, it's just going to be over for them. I don't really imagine that this is going to be a huge, oops, this is going to be a huge issue, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind also, you know what?
Sir.
We're going to push in from the bottom like this. There you go. So our decryption technology gave us the ability to know where their soldiers are. And you can see now, one soldier, we're going to win this battle right here. And then we can push into here after them. And then you should be able to push in here. I'm basically just kind of holding them back, and I'm gonna get them with a little bit of attrition at a time. And you can see this, we made a pretty major move in here. If we can get to Kirby, then we'll probably just win this. Oh, there he goes. Hold on. Okay, that doesn't matter. And now we're into Kirby. I think they're gonna have to capitulate pretty soon. They don't hold any land anymore. We have them honestly kind of pincered here. All right, let's let, oh yeah, I figured. Okay, they basically had to capitulate. Now, I'll tell you what I want. I want all of it. Yeah. Confirm and exit. Okay, so I just took their land. I actually think that's kind of shady. I just came in and took their land essentially, which I can't imagine that they're going to, like. Maybe I just kind of glitched it out, but we're gonna get this one that gives us some additional, actually, hold on. Oh, this gives us additional appeal to refugees and additional research speed, which is just good. And then we can get some more building slots generally places, which is cool. Now this gives us, I think, some additional, some additional factories potentially. Let's go to our construction tab. I mean, 7 civilian factories. So I think it did give us some additional factories. At the very least, it did give us more land, which could give us, yeah, so we can core this eventually, and then we'll get more manpower. We do have an increase to manpower growth right now. The rebellion was crushed. We can get 2 building slots or 3 infrastructure. Let's get 3 infrastructure. So this is now ours regardless. We have another motorized, which you love to see. We'll put him over here, and then we wait. Breakout in Max Sec. Frightening new news has reached us this morning from one of Chit's sources in Hornbrook. A massive breakout was staged in Hornbrook a number of nights ago, and a sizable portion of Max Sec's prison population managed to escape into the waste. The prison government has obviously attempted to keep this under wraps, but the information our sources has gleaned suggests a super mutant named Wiggs, a former member of the Master's army, later turned outlaw, led the revolt. While Max Sec security hunts down the escapees, our focus must remain on protecting our citizens. Border defenses can only do so much, and it seems that proactive steps may be necessary. Unlocks influence and coercion decisions for the relevant country. Okay, so now we can do some stuff with Max Sec. It looks, Max Security, it looks like. That's this guy here. So we can get stuff, but it kind of affects our base of stability and stuff, which I don't really love. We have some free civilian factories. We can do, I mean, honestly, I think we just want more civilian workshops. I think they're just useful. I think we just want more civilian workshops, but I wouldn't mind things like radar station. We can't even build it right now, but maybe air bases and stuff like that. We could start going into some air superiority. Prisoners stream across the border. So it looks like there are people that crossed into Arroyo. Our border security engaged a portion of the prisoners in a brief battle, but the majority managed to escape into our territory. So we can gain strong influence, strong coercion, or this one. Let's gain strong influence. I want to try to increase the influence as much as possible because, again, I want to just try to take as much land as possible. I think this is our pathway to taking as much land as possible. Basically just dealing with the struggles that everybody else is having. We can deploy units. Who is this? Settlement guards, nice. We really cannot afford to make any more units after this one. We just don't have the manpower. So we're gonna have to just put a pause on training new units after all of this.
Hey.
Yeah, so like this settlement guard, that's great.
Hey.
This settlement guard, that's great. This settlement guard, oops, sorry, I think there is one more in training that should come out soon, but otherwise 16, 17, 18 soldiers. 18 soldiers, not terrible. I don't mind 18 soldiers. And it puts us at, I think, a lot more than other people. We can go with 8 production in Arroyo. I don't mind that. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll go with metal stockpile. This gives us 8 production of scrap in Arroyo. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's more resource production, which I'm not gonna mind. Boy, manpower is absolutely an issue. Danger close. Arroyan scouts placed in MaxX territory have been forced to flee in the face of an ever-approaching sentry bot. The robot seems to have somehow malfunctioned or perhaps been hacked and is now heading straight for Arroyo's territory. Even though it's alone, the robot's formidable armor and missile launcher, gosh, have made it all but impervious against our scouts' attacks, or attempts to halt it. We can get strong influence, but lose a lot of manpower. We can gain base war support. So do we want strong influence? Let me just see what our current influence is. 20. We can probably get another 15, but it would come at the cost of 200 manpower, which I don't think we can take. Let's get base war support. That's pretty good. Base war support is pretty solid. We're gonna go with decryption here as well. I really always want to have more encryption and decryption than our enemies. Let's keep playing. You know, the other thing I probably want to do is set up our lines. I think for now we're gonna set up here against Max Sec, because that seems to be the thing that's kind of coming up right now. Rise of the Who's gang. Until now, the prisoners have managed to escape Max Sec prisons had been disorganized. There were small gangs. The emergence of Who's and his gang, however, has completely shifted the dynamic within Max Sec. A leering and massive super mutant Who's and a number of his fellow muties began to recruit smaller prisoner gangs to their cause. There seems to be little cause for alarm, as the gang had maintained an isolated camp within nearby forests. Yet last night, Who's gang assaulted and annihilated a heavily fortified MaxSec outpost. Let's increase Cheetah's karma. That we want, because that could unlock the neutral karma option, which gives us more civilian factories for free. We got our decode signals. Might as well get encoded signals as well. It can only help us. All right, Who's last stand? While it seemed for a moment that Who's might have his day, the gang was nevertheless routed by MaxSec's elite security forces. Still, this saga has exposed MaxSec's weakness to the Arroyan Council. The situation may have been resolved, but the promise of MaxSec is clearly untenable. Arroyo can no longer sit idly by. Okay, I don't really know what that did to help us, but we're gonna go with vacuum tubes. It gives us more research speed. Got metal stockpiles. Do we have neutral? Yes, we have neutral karma now, so we can get 2 off-map civilian workshops and 2 off-map arms workshops. Amazing. That's a big deal for us. Dealing with a broken prison. Most escapees were killed outright. The ringleaders were mostly captured and hung from the prison walls. Who's is dead and his gang scattered. Yet, for all MaxSec's administrative blustering, at a return to normalcy, the prison nation has been irreparably scarred by the breakout. We've worked steadily throughout the crisis to sway MaxSec's population and elites towards Arroyo, and now's the time to make our move. As outrageous and as an invasion might seem, MaxSec is clearly too unsteady to maintain independence. I thought that might happen. With enough coercion, we might be able to convince the prison to submit peacefully, or our influence over MaxSec's population might lead their citizens abandoning them in droves. Oh, we just straight up declared war. Okay. You know, I kind of had a premonition that that might happen. Let's put you guys over here. And why don't you guys push on in there, push on in there, push on in there. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do against me? National focus canceled because of the karma. Dang it. Investments fall in through. Yeah, I don't really care. All right, so you guys took this. Why don't you guys run in this way? And why don't you guys push in this way?
Hey there.
All right, unfortunately, we could not do that neutral one anymore, so we'll do this, I guess. Let's see if we can move these borders at all. All right, the NCR is continuing to grow. We are not winning this. Can we win any of this? There we go. We can win this. Push in more. Yes. That's what I want to see. And I want you to. I want to take one of you, and I want.
Fall back!
I'm gonna do this. Push them while they're down, and let's encircle them this way. Descent. Arroyo is a paradise built upon the miracle of the Gek and the labor of the Arroyan people. So why, our people wondered, do we keep expanding? The reasons were clear at first. Our allies needed help. Since then, things have become less clear. Every day it becomes harder to justify our expansion and wars, but each day also brings more of it, trapping us in a spiral of increasing involvement outside of their tribal homes. A little bit less base stability. I don't really care. That is... Okay. Here's what I want to do. Push in here. push in here,
Hey there.
push in here, push in here. I mean, with this much overwhelming force, there is just no way we don't push them. Yes, I thought so. Okay, now everybody rearrange themselves because we are really pushing them hard. If we can get the Seth Detention Center, then we just win. But admittedly, that is a tall order. Let's see if we can push like this. 85. We might. I mean, we're burning through that. Yes, look at that. We're burning through their lines right now. We can get this one. This gets us +1 development to Arroyo, and we can increase Cheats' karma, which is what we want to do. That way we can maybe get those other things. 91. I mean, we're looking like, ooh, choosing a leader. The time has come to select a council leader. They will hold this position for 1 year. Oh, during which they will be tasked with maintaining a final review of council decisions. Okay. So we can switch between the ruling parties, which is extremely interesting. Now, I would love to have gotten these off-map ones. I still want to, but I'm thinking that we go a different direction, try to get the benefit of some of these other ones. Recruitable population plus 15%, and that is really what we need. Now, with that said, I don't really care about most of this stuff. You know what, I'm not gonna lie, intellectuals don't really do it for me. We're actually gonna stick with Chitsa. I don't really see any benefit to going in a different direction. Not right this second. All right, we're not quite winning here. So let's see. Can I do that? I mean, we're close. We're really close. We got a glider, so let's get a bomb glider here. 97, 98, 99, there we go. That should end this war, okay, good. So now, MaxSec is mine. Thank you very much. All right, so now, Arroyo is a little bit bigger, as you can see. I mean, that's even better, and we should have gotten a couple of, 9 workshops, right? We get a couple more arms workshops, maybe? Put another one here. Probably want to start building infrastructure and stuff as well. Free military factories. We got one more. Tell you what, let's start making some gliders. Just get some air superiority. We are gonna need. We do have this air base there, which is great generally, but it's not quite what we need. So keep going, brick by brick. We can get 1 civilian workshop for free, or we can gain Cap's income. I don't really care about Cap, so let's just get a free civilian workshop. Flames lick the sky. Yesterday, many of our villagers met the forest people of the Packers for the first time. They awoke this morning to flames drifting up from the forest to their south. No doubt they thought a terrible accident. The Packers are attacking. Okay. I mean, fine.
Haven't had a decent meal in
I'm not
weeks.
particularly scared of you, Packers, so we just have to get over there fast before they take all this land. All right, you know what? We're gonna have to. Yeah. So, all right, we've stabilized. We've stabilized the area. Let's push in. Yeah, push in here. We don't really have enough soldiers to do much good, but if we can knock these guys out of here, we can at least take this little bump in the lines. And then why don't we push, wait, hold on. We can get massive influence with the Packers. Let's just do that. I'm glad that we built out our army when we did. Okay, we can get a little bit of air superiority, potentially, with our singular glider. We're not really making any gains, but we are making some progress there. These two guys should be able to make some moves there. We did just get our national focus. Let's do whatever military training tech is. I don't know what that is, but it seems interesting, so we'll do it. I think we also made these guys our puppet. I think that's what's going on here. We are absolutely losing this battle, and we are not winning this one.
What's up? Sir.
I think we're losing out on some supply issues, potentially. Still not 100%... Oh, there you go. Still not 100% sure how supply works, but I think we are losing out on some supply-based issues. See if we can run in there. Oh, hello. All right, Chiz's logistics. Kept hidden to the best of her ability from the Chosen One. Chiz's success as the Arroyan trade manager came both from strong negotiation skills and under-the-table dealings. With one swift blow, Chizu managed to remove both Clamus as a serious trade competitor and help Arroyo prosper. Okay, we got mercenary tech, which is kind of interesting, I guess. Got some free military factories. Why don't we make more... Let's do support equipment. We're gonna need support equipment in the future. Okay. Now these guys should win this battle here. This one's just gonna get defeated. Shouldn't be a problem, and then great. Now, hold on a second, because what I'm seeing is this is empty. I think he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna get there before I can do anything about it.
Sir.
Let's rearrange everybody. Hold on. All right, now what can we push? We should be able to push that, right? There's no reason we don't win that. And then, how are we not winning this battle? Got another military factory. We'll go with, let's go with more basic laser weaponry. There we go. We moved in a bit.
Sir.
Now, I'd love it if you can push this way,
Sir.
and then you can push that way. Good. Now, if you could move here, we have an encirclement then. We have a big old encirclement, and if we push in here, they should no longer have supply, and we should be able to just take this land pretty easily at that point. Just need to hold it. Ooh, okay. Just need to hold it, basically. You move in here. Okay, good. And if we can take this area, then I think we... Yeah, there we go. That's a free civilian factory. Why don't we keep making civilian factories? We have 11 usable right now. That's pretty solid. I will take 11. And it looks like they've essentially given up, because if we take this, we win. Yeah, we just won. Okay, there you go. War's aftermath. After a grueling campaign, we finally managed to bring the Packers' territory under our control. This victory is more than hollow, considering that we had not desire for this war to begin with in the first place. We already know that fully retreating from this territory isn't a realistic option. The Packers' warriors have either been slain or surrendered, but retreating now would only allow them to prepare for a potential second attack. The warriors we have captured have been mysteriously silent on what caused the attack, as have the civilians questioned in the encampments we uncovered. If we are to prevent a second Packer attack and avoid an even greater conflict, an investigation into the Packer Society is necessary, because in the darkest part of the Council's members' hearts, they know that they could just kill them all. Packers become a puppet of Arroyo. Okay, so we have some puppets, which is good.
Hello.
Can you guys get back on my territory? Which is good, but I kind of want the land, and honestly, the manpower as well. Let's see, how does this work with puppets? It's cool. I kind of want their soldiers and their factories, but maybe having puppets is going to be really useful for us moving forward. Do they not have? I don't think they have any soldiers. Research slots available. Let's go with division. Yep. We can go with funded militias, which gets us a slightly bigger recruitable population. Might as well do it. All right, it's about time. We have 1.27 manpower. We can train a little bit more people again. I would like, I think, a couple more motorized, or maybe a power armor division. You know, we don't have any power armor, so that was probably pretty stupid. Let's then just get, we'll get 3 divisions, because that puts us at 19. We can almost max out our infantry divisions. We have a ton of political power. Let me see if there's anything we can do with that. Okay, we could do that. I'm going to research radio detection. That gives me radar stations. I kind of like that. It just gives me more information about the enemy, which I think is really good. I mean, we just generally want that. How about our intelligence agency? Let's start this, and it's obviously going to be the nuclear symbol. Looks like in 30 days we'll have an intelligence agency, and we might as well do that because, again, I don't know all that much about that. I'm not super good with that, but it's worth it, right? There's no reason it's not worth it. Choosing a leader. Okay, we can make a new leader. Chitsa is not the right person here. We either go Nagor or Dimitri. And that's really just based on if we want to go this direction and get, for example, the recruitable population, which I do like, but the rest of this stuff I don't honestly care all that much about. It's all like research bonuses and that one cool thing right here that gives us... All right, we're going to go this one and say Army Experience plus 50. Look at this guy. All right, we got our intelligence agency. Let's go with salvaged truck. All right, let's see. Agency branches, intelligence. Let's do army department, and then in 29 days we. News from Eureka. Arroyans were shocked when they learned of a massive explosion that rocked the Eurican port yesterday. Most had considered the small area a relatively stable one, preoccupied more with mercenary schemes and internal conflicts. This presumed attack occurred at the heart of the Eurican port, killing numerous fishermen. Who could have done this? Eureka is over here. We are absolutely... Okay. We are going to take our army and we're going to set them up against Eureka right now. Oh, guys, somehow we're at war with the Packers again.
Hey there.
I don't know. What? Okay. Somehow we're at war with the Packers again. But whatever. They don't... I mean, they don't really have enough soldiers to matter. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on. We have another regular soldier. We have...
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
Another soldier. It says no divisions in training. We can definitely get more because we have 2,000. Nice. We have 2,000 manpower. Let's get some more motorized. I like my motorized. We'll throw down... We'll say 5 additional... 6 additional... 7 additional... 1.44... Well, whatever. Fine. We're gonna 9... 10... 10 additional units. Right there, and that to me works very, very well. We are almost going to have a sizable motorized division, which makes me actually pretty happy. Moving in here, we're going to get a lot of territory. I'm sorry, we're going to have an encirclement, and we're going to be able to push in here. I think we should be able to win. Whoa! What just happened? Okay, well. I don't know what just happened. I guess we just won, but they now capitulated, so fine. We can get Never Forget, which gets us Memories of Captivity, which grants Organization Lost when below 25% minus 10, and Infantry Division Defense, which is actually pretty good. Effect. Nagor adds Logistics Skill 2, Deploying the Merryman. No clue, but let's do it. An operative can be recruited. We'll go with Matthew Lyon. We got some free military factories. I think we go with maybe some payload gliders, just get some air support going. And you are just kind of hanging out here, my spy. That's fine. Okay. Whoa. Army Department upgrade. That was this one here. So we get more intelligence from the Army Department. I think we now do... Let's do that one. It's a cryptology department. I mean, we don't really care about caps, so let's just keep doing that consistently. Free civilian factory. Let's see what our production of resources look like. Could use some more energy. Why don't we start there? We got the Merrymen, which are going to just, I guess, periodically give me factories, which is kind of cool. We can expend some manpower and get 3 civilian workshops or 3 arms workshops. I think we're going to spend the manpower and we're going to get the 3 arms workshops. I think that's definitely worth it. We did get radar stations. I'm gonna just build a couple. I think we might as well. I don't think it hurts anything. Huh.
Hey there.
All right, we just got a whole bunch of those motorized vehicles. So now we're up to 13 motorized. I think we have more soldiers than anyone else around us has, which I think is just incredible. Looks like there's something that's about to happen with Eureka in 1 day. So whoopsie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say this, and then my motorized go here, and then do that. The final struggle! Eureka's facade of outrage has boiled over. Whatever trickery Portmaster Smith orchestrated to enrage the Eurekan public against Arroyo successfully turned the tragedy at their port into a full-blown war. So they want to go to war. I think that is extremely foolish, but they do have a power armor, which I really don't like. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it's because I think it's because we didn't set up. So let's get everybody here. Fine, everybody set up here, and then we're gonna attack in there in just a second. All right, where do we see as the weakest point? The weakest point seems here. This feels pretty weak compared to us. Not really. All right, how do we break these guys down a little bit? Man, their soldiers are so strong right now. I'm not really sure. I mean, come on. This is like 1,000 against 1. Oh, there you go. All right, we got motorized flight, which means that we can now come over to the air tab and go to, say, triplane attackers. And we can go another one for our plane bombers. We might as well get some more air game going. See if we can win this. I mean, jeez, No.
Come on! Retreat!
It's obviously not what I wanted you to do. All right, whatever. All right, 94%, come on. We gotta get some, gotta get some 95. At least if we can push in here, we can make a little bit of movement. We can go with this for some reliability. We can also change out to salvage trucks. That is a pretty big increase. Looks like our supply is pretty bad down here. So I probably want to build some supply hubs and stuff. So for example, I know we're building these, but supply hub might be useful here. I don't really understand how supply hubs work, but I think that'll help. Do I have to build railways as well, maybe? Or no, that's just infrastructure. Okay. Let's see. We'll let it go. We're gonna move in here in a second. I think we're gonna win this war. I'm not really afraid of losing this war. 97, 98, come on, 95. Oh, I'm losing ground here. We can get a second operative. So you know what? I didn't think I was gonna have to. Why don't we have you, okay, build an intel network here. You also build an intel network here. Yeah. Can we try to break their cipher? How do we do the cipher thing? Click on map to add country. Okay, good. There you go. See if we can decrypt them. That might help a little bit. Boy, we cannot win. They just have better soldiers than us, I guess. I think their divisions are just better. Question, if I come over here to my divisions and we put, for example, chems. This gives us trickle back, and it makes it so that we maintain some of our manpower, I think. Oh, it just decimated our existing manpower. Hey, that was the wrong decision. All right, everybody stop.
What's up?
Gosh, so we clearly can't do anything there. These guys are just too strong. We can't do anything against them. Okay, what if we do this? Can you guys push there? Not really. Okay. Let's get another supply hub there. We'll get two more supply hubs near our area. Again, not really sure how supply hubs work, but we're gonna assume that this is what happens. How do we get in here? How do we win? They're pushing against our guys up here, and they're clearly making gains. But it is just spreading them out, which I'm okay with.
Hello.
We have no manpower, which is a big problem. Man, this is difficult. This is a problem. I'll tell you what, we're gonna make a new front line. We're gonna put it right here. I want all 13 divisions over here. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna go an offensive line, and I want that offensive line like this. We'll get a planning bonus. And how about our air wings? What do we have in air wings? Oh, I see. We're out of... I think it's out of range right now.
Hey there.
Okay, what happens if all of you push? 85%? Oh, okay. All right, come on. 96, 96. Keep going. 97. 98. Come on. 99. Where are you at? 93. Dang it. Got better radar, which doesn't really help me all that much, to be honest with ya. Okay, you know what we need? We need somebody to just pin. Just pin these guys there. That's the problem. We're not pinning these guys there over here in this battle, which means this one, they're just swapping soldiers out. Yeah, 95, 96, 97, come on, 98, 99. There, good. Now, can you guys keep pushing here? We are pinning them here. We are positive 91, 92, because if we could take our Kata right there.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
We can pin them. 96, 97, 98, 99. Good, there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Eureka. Holy criminy. Okay, we can't possibly take Arcadia. Dang it. Okay. So that stinks. We didn't actually get... She State got it. That is horrible. I hate that She State got it. Dang it. Okay, but at least we're out of that war and we can start to rebuild. We are in a rebuild phase. We have 0 manpower. So we just gotta let this roll for a little bit and take care of all this stuff that's been popping up. We have some free civilian factories, for example. I'm gonna put a couple more supply hubs here in preparation of some future stuff we're gonna be doing, and just max out our infrastructure. Might as well max out our radar towers, and that should be good enough there. Let's just let it roll. Again, I want that manpower to jump to not be 0. That's going to be my current goal. And we'll keep going with a lot of research and stuff like that. Hey, look at that. We got common energy weapon, which should just be better weapons, right? I mean, better weapons should help us. We're gonna want to modify our unit templates pretty soon, but we need manpower to do it. You can see monthly growth in states right there. Recruitable is 13. So we have 13 recruitable population. That's like 13 people a month that we get that represent our recruitable population. That's cool and all, but it's not really good enough. So we got to make sure that we are working that a little bit more. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's edit our settlement guards. These are combat with 14. I think 14 is okay. I actually think 12 might be better, but they have chems, which should be good. We can give them logistics, which helps with hit points, and it reduces supply use. Could give them a power armor support as well for a little bit more defense and breakthrough, or let's give them a little bit of logistics. Hooray, we have more manpower. Finally! So now that we have manpower starting to come in, I am going to start to make a bunch more units. That's going to be something that I really want. I think at this point we've shown that from that last fight here, units are our problem. We just don't have the military power, and we really haven't worked on these units to make them viable for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this number grow. It's actually moving relatively quickly, and then once we get to like 1,500, which will happen relatively soon, I'm just going to start cranking out units. Ultimately, I'm going to end up, hopefully, with a whole bunch of units, maybe like 60 units and 2 full battalions of cars, and then we can then continue our conquest. But I'm feeling like we are just really underprepared when it comes to our actual military units. All right, that's cranking. 1.47 manpower, and it's moving real fast because I did a couple of things. I think we just get more settlement guards. They're not great, but we're gonna make them okay. So let's do this, and we'll just say 1. Well, you know what? Fine, we'll make 5 at a time. Just start cranking. Otherwise, we'll just keep watching this manpower increase. That's the biggest thing we can do. And as this continues to go, there you go. As this continues to go, we'll make more units. Like I said, my goal is like probably 60 soldiers, and then maybe 30 motorized. And I think maybe even some power armor if we want. Now we do have a bunch of manpower. I'm gonna continue editing some of these templates. We have logistics and chems. All right, some enforcers are really gonna help here. I'm gonna put a decent amount of enforcers in there and see what that does for us. I don't exactly know that that's going to help us the way that I kind of anticipated it might, but
Hello?
I think that should make our soldiers at least a little bit stronger, because
sir.
enforcers do seem to be more viable than some counterparts. Missing equipment production. We need some infantry armor. So production here, we need, I think, riot control gear. Is that right? Yes. So we do need some riot control gear. Let's bring this up. Yeah, we are not making anywhere near enough. So let's do 1 less of this. Let's do 1 less of this. We have 2 a week. We need a hell of a lot more than that. So we're gonna need, and actually it just decimated our manpower as well, unfortunately, because they are beefier units. I think that's gonna be good though, because that means we should be able to stand our own a little bit better. Our manpower should come back, and I'm hoping that we can core, oh good. So we can core Kirby, we can core the South Detention Center, we could probably core Happy Camp soon, and that should, yeah, you see this? Monthly growth in states. Recruitable, it says 1.31. I think this is really good, but again, I'm not 100% sure that those numbers are right. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 1.34K. Okay, now it's up to 30, but we are at 2.67K in manpower because we cored those states, which is great. I mean, honestly, I'll take it, and it'll keep moving, and honestly, that's all I need. Let's put a couple more fighter wings in here, like some triplane attackers, and some of these guys, And we're going to do close air support, but also strategic bombing. Okay, very good. All right, we just built a whole bunch of arms workshops. I think we want a couple more. Let's build like 10 over here. And we can core our final place, which is Happy Camp, which also, again, coring any of those is really going to help us in terms of manpower generation. And you can see that up there, 3.21, and we're growing by 32 per month. All right, we got advanced energy weaponry, which I'm hopeful is going to be even better than our previous weaponry. While our riot control gear is still our shortfall. Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
Insufficient resources. We need scrap metal. Tell you what, we're just gonna make some foundries. All right, so I was looking at our national focus tree, and I saw this is really the only path we can go. It looks like we get, we can enforce our claims on the four-ways. So I think we're gonna go to war with four-way. Now, I'm okay with that. I think that we have enough people to do it. Let me see. I want my motorized here.
What's up?
I mean, look at this. We outnumber them on every single square. We have enough manpower. We upgraded all of our units. I mean, I find it hard to believe that we won't be able to win here. We can also call in our ally that has some soldiers. Gosh, we got to be able to beat these guys at this point. I would like more soldiers if I'm being honest. Let me make sure that there's no more that's going to be created. I would like more soldiers, and they are being created, but I do think that we should be able to take these guys out. All right, four-way. Yeah, I assume this was going to happen. Now we're at war with four-way. So let's take this guy, who is our motorized, and try to go in here. You two go here, hold them, and you guys go here, hold them. That should make it so that even if we can't win all of these, which it kind of looks like we can win none of these, they're all pinned down. So as they get destroyed, there. We can make gains somewhere else. So that's great. Now, can anyone push? No, can you push here?
Sir.
Maybe we do this. Okay, looks like we're making some moves. I mean, looks like we're moving here a little bit, right? We are losing progress in some areas, and I see that. But that's good. Can we push with you anywhere? Not really. Although, what if I told you guys to halt? And I moved you, my motorized, into the gap, or I push down here. Let's push here. See if we can get this land and surround them a little bit. Maybe not. Hey! Okay. We pushed them back real far, though. That is something that we did. And we are definitely losing this fight here. So what if... All right. I have an idea. What if we take our motorized, we put him here. Okay, and now we win this battle and we push right down here. Maybe. It's possible. And you know what we might be able to do? Hang on, this is a little bit crazy. But what if we made a bunker right there and right there to try to fortify our position a little bit more?
Hello?
Hold on.
Hello, sir. This is hopeless! Light him up!
What if we did this?
Sir?
That just got them to stop attacking me. Gave me a chance to survive a little bit. We could do this. This is fine. Just trying to shake them up a little bit. I don't really have enough places to attack. This down here is too heavily fortified. And then this over here, we really just can't win. We're out of manpower. We do have some more divisions that we can assign to, and we can deploy our motorized, which is good. But our soldier count is gonna hurt us, so let's hold off. Let's hold off here. Let's let everybody recoup, and then we'll let them hurt themselves. Like you can see here, it's hurting their readiness, right? And now, for example, if we do this, that should be a big deal. Do I have any air support around here? Oh, hold on. Guys, I think I'm being silly. Why don't we call to arms? Yes. So we'll get a couple more soldiers at the very least that way. So why don't you guys hold off? Hold off until we can get our allies to come on over. At the very least, we won't lose ground. The problem is they're not suffering from the same amount of attrition and all that we are. We're really struggling here. Send volunteers from the MCR. I will accept that. So we'll get volunteers. There we go. They got some tanks and stuff.
Hey.
Okay, push here. You guys push here. 93%, 94%. If we can get this is a big cutoff, and then we should. Oh man, I really wish that we could get a cutoff here. We need these guys. Come on, 97, 98, 99. Okay, well we pushed in here, and I think we can push down here too. Good. We got a cutoff on 13 of their units, which is just a big deal in general. And then you come down here, and then perfect. Now, all of you guys can push down and just stomp out all of their units. That was it. That was exactly what we needed. Now they have 2 locations. After we destroy all these units, we'll be good to go. Ha, got it. And that was tough. Very grindy. There we go. We took out a ton of their units here, and look, this is all they have left. Everyone attack, stomp on them, and they're done. That was tough. It was a little harder than I anticipated. I need all of you guys. There we go. Okay, I have all of the score here, so we're gonna select all, submit demands, confirm an exit, and call it a day. Under new management, new signs hung from the O'Brien trading post today. The old flag that used to hang from the old church steeple had been replaced. The 4 colors, the 4 paths, gone with the morning sun. Instead, a yellow 13 now signals your arrival in Arroyo territory. Arroyo's looking nice, huh? A subject might soon raise its autonomy. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that, so hold on a second. Let's clamp down on autonomy. Now we can get this. California State gets event taxation, not tyranny. Okay. How does Klamath look? Let's just see real fast. They have a decent amount of divisions. I mean, they have more divisions than we have at the very least. All right, we got 4-way that goes 2 ways. So California State gets an event, taxation, not tyranny. We're not really sure what that means. Since Eureka is owned by She State, we have a problem. We have a big problem. We can't progress in our tech tree because She State exists, and She State took this land. So somehow that has put us in a position where we have to go to war with these guys, She State, who is honestly really scary. We can get military. Okay, so we have military access. We could get a non-aggression pact. Guys, we are in a really weird position where we cannot progress anymore. Yeah, we just straight can't progress anymore until we take this territory from She State. So we have no choice but to justify a war goal. I don't like it, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't know that we can win it, but we're in a position where it doesn't actually matter how we feel. We sort of just have to deal with it.
Sir?
And either lose and move on or win and keep moving with this, because otherwise there's really very little we can do in terms of our national focus tree. And we can go after one of these guys like Klamath or whatever and just continue to increase our territory before we go for She State. And I think that's actually fairly viable. But I think we give it a shot. I think it's kind of craziness, but I think we give it a shot. Oh my god, you see that? They have damn near 40 soldiers that they're just bringing in here because they have so many. That's impossible. It is going to be impossible for us to take this land. I don't know how we can possibly do this unless we do go after someone like Klamath. It's at least got more potential. Yeah, they have 54 soldiers. That's craziness. Let's try justifying on, I guess, the apostles instead. Let me see. Can get their factories and population, and then we can go after Klamath.
Hello?
Oh, the Legion. Oh my god, the Legion just got destroyed. Wow. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I would like more manpower. Alright, let's try justifying. It's still gonna be 165 days. As long as we can get some manpower by that point, I think we'll be alright. Whoa. Alright, we got the last level of laser pulse energy weapons. Come on, that has to mean something, no? Yeah, we need a ton of them. That has to mean something. We can make a lot a day. That is something that we can do. We need a lot more scrap metal, so let's go to our construction and let's make a lot more scrap metal. Let's make it here. 3, and then bring this all the way up to the top, please. Yeah, they should be made pretty fast, and then we'll get out of our production deficiency. Energy, we're actually pretty light on energy too, so let's make one more energy power station as well. We can put that at the top. Okay, very good. All right, there we go. War justification complete. Let's declare war and call in our allies. I think this could be fine if we can just do this and win. Maybe. But I think they're going to reallocate forces, which I know is going to be a problem. It looks like we might be able to win.
Hello?
All right, let's do this. It's much heavier push, many more soldiers. Hopefully this is also giving us close air support. Okay, hold on.
I've got this one.
Just one soldier hold off. Yeah, see that? The problem is they're bringing in too many reinforcements, although we are draining their reinforcements fast. So as long as we can take their reinforcements out quicker than they can pull them in, I think we'll be fine. Let's consider doing this. Fighting on two fronts, I think we'll be able to make a push into one of these. One of these we're gonna win. And there we go, or two of these. Great, and if we can move one of you up this way before they can get there, good. Okay, this is great. This is actually fine. So everybody yep, great. Okay, hold on.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
So you guys, you go. Okay, you guys move in here. You guys move in here, with one of you moving here. Good.
Got this.
If we can get Diamond Peak, that might... There you go. so now they are split. I mean, so these guys on the right are entirely cut off from the rest of their soldiers. All right, let our guys figure out what they want to do. Let them do their thing. And then why don't all of you... Wow, and we're still struggling that much? Again, they don't have any supply, so this should be easily winnable. You guys hold off here, please. Good, thank you. Our manpower is still doable. I think we just took that. So why don't we go like this and push in here? Again, now that we have them split, all of these soldiers are as good as dead. I'm okay with letting the left side just hang out while we push and destroy the right side, but these guys on the right are really going to struggle. These enemy soldiers on the right are really going to struggle to get and retain. Oh my gosh, don't do that. And retain any supply. Like, they're not going to have any. So it's just a war of attrition at that point. And I know it looks kind of rough.
Hey there.
Okay, yeah. But, I mean, they're just going to get grinded down. And then they're getting some supply from here, I know. But I don't think it's going to be enough to really mean anything. Okay, good.
Engaging.
Yeah, you guys.
Hey there.
You guys push there. You guys push here. We just want to keep pushing them back and take this last little town area because that's the only area that they can get supply from. You could see the little green icon, or the little green line. Oh, there you go. Push here, please. Actually.
Hello.
Just take one of you and push here. No. Fine. Take one of you and push there. Okay. Now all of you squish. They should just all die. And then these three soldiers, yeah, there you go. And then these three soldiers really won't be an issue because we'll just squish them. Great. Now all of our units will redeploy here, and they are without a ton of soldiers at that point. That was very successful, and we still have we have over 1,000 soldiers, which is good. They have 2 soldiers here, and we have a double front, which means that should be winnable easily. Probably before they can get reinforcements in there, honestly. I'm gonna make sure that one soldier stays back here and one soldier stays back here. Good. And now this should be a fairly winnable battle as well.
Hello, sir.
I want you to try to push here. 92, 93, very good, yes. And I want at least one of you to push here over into good. Now we have them separated. You go here. Okay, and now you go here. Okay, good. And now everybody fill in the gaps. Perfect, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Their capital is stuck there. I think we just push in and take their capital, if I'm being honest. I don't see any reason not to. Okay, everybody push there. That might end the war. Yep, there it is. Thank you very kindly. Bada boom. Now, we have... Oh my god, what am I looking at? Ew, Wardens of the White. Oh, well, if they come... Oh, wait, no. Sorry. They're actually not as strong as I thought. I mean, they're strong, but they're not like, super strong. I think we go for Klamath, or we take all of this territory from the Wardens of the White. I think that's insane. We don't have enough soldiers to win that war, so maybe we just go against Klamath. 27 to 74 is a pretty nasty amount of soldiers. Tell you what, let's get some intel over here in Klamath. You know, I might be being a little too aggressive, but I do feel like we can take Klamath. So I'm gonna do this. Let's go like this. The next line is gonna go like this, and then my...
Hello, sir.
There you go. Let's put you right there. Okay. You know, I'm kind of feeling like I can take Klamath. I really am. All right, so we're gonna justify a war goal. It's gonna take 110 days. We do have manpower, and we have outdated equipment. We can make what? Rocket launcher? We have some free civilian factories. You know what's really really kind of works for us is this. Let's make... Here we go. We're going to make forts all the way around along Klamath. And then let's get some supply hubs, right? So we'll go one here. We'll go one here and one here. And we're also going to make outposts all the way along Klamath. I don't love seeing that they have tanks. That does make me fairly nervous. And the other thing that makes me fairly nervous is why in the world do I not have any soldiers over here? This is a horrible thing to see. Oh, it's because of this lake. Okay, we're good. Yeah, they outnumber me. They outnumber me in soldiers along this line in a lot of different areas, which makes me really nervous. I don't know that I have enough soldiers for this. Now, if I can blitz behind them and take some of their core territories, maybe I can cut them off. But it is something that I am actively a little bit worried about. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, the forts should help us to hold against them. As long as they don't also have forts, I think the forts should help us to hold the line against them. Does it allow us to actively push against them? I don't know, but if we can get some isolated movements and isolated pushes by using our motorized divisions, we might be able to. Otherwise, what I could do is I could wait. Available war goal. I could just make some more units. We have allies. I feel like that was a bad idea. All right, here's what I want. I want you to push here. First thing, just push. Yep, I am gonna lose this. I mean, they have 12 soldiers. That doesn't surprise me, but if I can get in behind them, I can maybe take some of their primary territories before it's an issue. Okay, so I want you to push up this way. All but one of you.
You're no match for us.
And I want one of you to go this way. I'm gonna lose some territory up here because they have too many soldiers, but if I can take Klamath... Yes. Okay, so they are beating me here for sure, but I am getting behind them. So you come here and cut them off. You come, so they are now cut off. All of this down here is cut off. So if we can push down here, oh wait, this is interesting. I don't know if this is considered continuous. So I don't think supply. So the supply is flowing this way and getting cut. So if we can find ways to push down here and continue to separate this. Come on. Good. If we can continue to find ways to push here and separate this without us getting cut off. We have to not get cut off. But I can do that by moving quickly. See this? Good. Just make sure I get a bunch of supply in here from me. And otherwise, hold them up here. That is... we're holding. We actually are holding. You come this way. Okay. You come this way when you can. And then I need to keep squishing this way. Perfect. All right, we built ourselves a little bit of buffer room where they can't easily reconnect all of this. So now, here's what I want. You know what? Fine. Everyone's gonna reorganize themselves, and that's fine. These guys are without any supplies, and they're trapped. Oh no! No!
You're mine.
Okay, that was almost a big problem.
Flank them.
Okay, take all these guys out. Good. That's a couple more soldiers that are gone. As also, look at this. Okay, good. Push. You guys push. Or
sir.
You push.
I'm out of here.
You guys push down here. You guys push here. You guys do this.
Hey there.
Good.
Dodge this.
2 more soldiers gone. And look at this. They don't even have...
Hey.
They don't even have soldier... Oh, they have 1 soldier over here. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that.
Hello, sir.
Okay, their capital is right there, and you gotta imagine that all of these guys are starting to feel the strain of a lack of... Let's see if we can get up there. A lack of supply. I mean, they're not really putting up too much of a fight, if we're being honest. So why don't we try pushing this way? Okay, if we can get behind them, good.
I'm out of here.
Good. Now you guys are cut off.
Weeks. Set up a crossfire.
Perfect.
What's up?
You guys are cut off. That's another soldier gone. And look at this. Look at how gross this is starting to look for them.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
look at how gross this is starting to look for them. They have no supply. We're just going to start taking this over. And they're just going to continue to lose soldiers. They really stand, at this point, they really stand no chance.
Engaging.
How are you guys standing in the middle of the lake? That's 5 more soldiers that are just going to be gone. Gone, there you go. Okay, now, try to push into Medford. That's one of their remaining supply centers because any little towns, I believe, have... Yeah, nice. Push up here. Yeah, any of their remaining towns are the things that are giving them supply. At this point, I think if we take their capital, I think they just lose. But rather than risk it, let's just push in real close to this other area. Take this other area, and then they honestly have no choice.
I haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
There it is. They have no choice. They're going to capitulate. They have to. They have no more towns besides Crater Lake. Right, so I'm glad that we pushed in real close here. Push in Crater Lake. This is their only hope left. And we did give them a little bit of supply by moving their capital back this way, which kind of stinks. But they really don't have all... There it is. Whoo-wee. Guys, you... Come on. That's what you want. That's what you want to see. Now the question is, how insane is it to think we can attack these guys? Let's reallocate our spy network. We got a decent amount of free factories. We have a lot of scrap. That is a huge issue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a foundry. We're gonna make 3 foundries there, 2 foundries there. These guys, you can see their network is growing real fast. The reason I want network as fast as possible is because then I think we'll have more intel. Because then we'll know like the number of divisions here. Yeah, I mean we'll know the number of divisions a lot better. Because look, if it's 26, which I doubt it is, then we'll be great. If it's 91, I do worry about that. But woof, 27 to 103. We really need more divisions before we can do anything. All right, we got, instead of rocket launchers, we got missile launchers. So, sure. We need a lot more military factories to make that viable is the only problem. Out of fuel. Okay, so we definitely need more power. That's something that we really need. I see that. Let's go with a power station. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're at a point where I just need to sit here and wait. I need to build up an army a little bit more. So we have 20, 40, and then, 3 and 16. I'm going to make it so that we have, honestly, a ton more soldiers across the board. I'm looking like 100 plus units. And then I think we're going against these guys, Wardens of the White. With all of this territory under our control, I think we can build out even bigger. Oh, look at that, Uncored States. You love to see it. That should help. Yeah, look at that. Monthly growth in states, recruitable 338. I think we're going to hit a little bit of a scale right now. After we wait, we build out our soldiers, etc., etc. I think we're going to be able to take on these guys. Once we take on these guys, I think we can take on some other territories up here. Then we can go against She State, get this, and finish our tech tree. We do have a pretty nice looking army right now. It's not amazing, but boy, is this grindingly slow. We have mainly infantry. See, 20, 40, 60 infantry, 63 infantry, and then 20.
Hello, sir.
21 motorized. Now, I've been doing some thinking here while I've just been kind of waiting and accumulating my army, and what I've realized is She State I can definitely go after. The problem being, I don't know how to get down here. I have to figure out, I guess, a naval assault on She State proper, which I'm not really ready for, and I don't really have the industry in Arroyo right now. I'm gonna have to take a really big swing against Wardens of the White. If we can take on Wardens of the White up here, and win, that means that we've unlocked then Broken Coast we can go and take, because they are honestly very small. They only have, they have what, 20 divisions maybe? And then we can consider taking even more territory. But these are all potential for factories and stuff where I'm starting to max out all the factories and stuff I can make in this land. I can't go against the California state or anything like that right now. So my point is, we're working it. Right now, I think we are gonna take a swing here. We do have to justify on them. So let's go ahead and do this. The justification is gonna take 125 days. We are all set up for the most part along this border. Here's what I'm really worried about. Right now they have no soldiers along this border. I have no clue what their soldier count's gonna look like. So we're gonna see. Okay, that's actually kind of shocking. I see lots of ones, because if you look at them, they're supposed to be 87 to 209 unit count, basically. And right now, they're barely showing ones. Like, there's gaps in there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I made this artillery. It's a nuclear artillery, which sounds crazy. We're gonna attach it to this army. I'm not 100% sure how these work, but I think they just kind of position themselves, these railway guns, along here, along the railway. And I guess they provide some level of support, so we'll take it. A subject may soon raise its autonomy. No, thank you. Hold on. We're gonna clamp down on autonomy because we have a billion political power. We've just been sitting here for what seems like forever. You know what? Still surprisingly underwhelming forces along these borders. I mean, there's gaps in there. Yeah, there's just straight gaps in their line. They have a couple of forces here, but if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is a puddle, or this is a lake that they can't cross. And we're just about to declare. Okay, so I actually feel significantly better than I did a second ago. They barely have any legitimate defense, and I just got a whole bunch more divisions. Right here that are gonna go just straight up to the front lines. I mean, guys, I do feel like this is dangerous, but I mean, look, we have 20 motorized division. I can just go up and make little encirclements, just take out their soldiers. All right, here goes nothing. Again, I am really shocked. I'm gonna call on my allies. I am really shocked by how thin their line is. They barely have soldiers against us right now. I'm gonna take my motorized, and we're gonna come right. We're gonna do a little encirclement like this, I think, because I mean, they have way more troops than this. They're gonna be pulling troops to their front line. Let's just do this. And basically then we'll squish 3 soldiers just to test this. Yeah, see this? So now you guys push here. You guys push here. You guys push here. See this? I got a little encirclement. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I mean, okay, hold on. Send volunteers by California State, sure, why not? And now, I mean, right? If we just do some of this, we can just take out their. I mean, look, it's not a huge encirclement or anything, but we got like 3 soldiers killed just like that, and then we can kind of rinse and repeat that. As long as we're not losing territory anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Let's hold the lines pretty much everywhere. All right, everybody there. Again, I have this massive 20 stack of motorized, and if I can do the same thing, can jump up here, I can kind of cut these guys off a little bit. Let me just see. Let's just poke a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. And then poke up here. Good. And then everybody fill in a little bit. And then I'll tell you what, just take a couple of you.
Hello.
And why don't you go like this? Okay.
Hey.
And then take one of you and go like this. Okay, now they're totally cut off here as well. Okay, hold on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not crazy.
Hello?
This is okay. You guys can stop that. But you jump up here. You jump up here. And then you guys just start pushing. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, that's another at least 2 soldiers that are gone, plus whatever we squish this way. Oh, that's okay, hang on. There we go. That's at least 7 soldiers. We are potentially losing some ground. Oof. Yeah, see this? They're starting to stack this now. This is where we're gonna definitely start running into some issues, although yeah, I'm not really sure. I think this is where we're gonna start running into issues, is the NCR started pushing these lines a little bit, and I don't know that we're ready to push these lines.
Sir.
So you guys all get up here, do whatever you gotta do. And now, I think we just try to take. We're all right down here. Yeah, we can definitely beat these guys when we have the numeric advantage, for sure. I don't really like whatever the heck is going on here with this line. I actually need to, I think, extend. I gotta extend this front line like this, because something is definitely wrong there. Okay, good. And with that, we're actually pretty secure. We're actually a lot more secure than I thought we were going to, honestly. Okay, so what do you think? Maybe we just push. We push to get another encirclement. I'm gonna put my primary pushing army here. That restructuring might make things a little bit weird, but that's okay. Now, I just want you to push like that. I mean, we have a nice little encirclement, technically. If there, okay, so hold on. One of you go like this. Okay, now we have a little encirclement right here, actually. And then
Dodge this.
you got totally cut off, but we should be fine. Okay, good. Now we can get a squish here.
Hey.
Ah, get out of here. Okay, there we go. We got a little squish here. We're pushing them up this side. How's the rest of us looking? They're pushing in a little bit here, although it's okay. We're getting a little bit pushed along this line, but we're making so much gains here that I think we're going to be okay. What I'd like to do is, I just don't know that we have the troops is really our issue. We just don't have overall the troops to sustain this. And I'll tell you what else we need to do. We need to stop our training. after that. Yeah. This is going to be the problem, is we really need more encirclements, I think. So 126 to 168 is their current infantry number. How do we get more encirclements? I mean, the good news is encirclements really don't seem all that hard to get. You know what would be great? If we could just push them entirely. Hello? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Go ahead. You guys can figure out where you got to go. And then let's just push them off of this bank entirely. Yeah, see this? Just do me a favor, guys. Push them entirely off this bank. They are really weak compared to us. Their soldiers are just really weak compared to us. See this? Now this helps us because we really have a lot less front lines. Get all my guys up here.
Sir.
Okay. And again, they're pushing here. They're pushing here. We're gonna want to watch this. We can just pull our motorized back and encircle them, and we might be doing that soon. Otherwise, you know how I can tell? Let me see, actually. I can tell where my lines are because I built bunkers. Yeah. So this is where the original lines were. I built bunkers along these lines. They took something here for sure. Otherwise, we are still fairly intact along our original lines, and we've certainly taken a lot more land. Up here, I mean. All right, so they got a little bit of a bottleneck for us here. Can we push them out of this area? Not really. Hold on there. Okay. All right, so what if you guys specifically push right there? Yes, good. And then one of you come this way. Let's get a quick encirclement if we can. Yes. And then one of you specifically, come on up here. And then the rest of you do that. See if we can burn them down, take 2 more soldiers. Basically just trying to take as many soldiers as I can whenever I can from them. Come on, take this out. I don't want to get encircled. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, so we are stretching our guys up a little bit farther than I want to be stretched. But I'm really trying to figure out ways that we can...
Hello?
Let's see this. Okay, good. One of you come down here. Okay. And then all of you do that. All right, how's the rest of our lines looking? Actually, hold on. We're good. We are still holding all of our original lines. I'll tell you where our issue is going to be right now. Our manpower is at 0. I think that is going to be the biggest problem. Yeah, that's going to be a massive problem for us. Okay, so you guys jump in there, and then you jump in there. Yeah, manpower is definitely going to be a big problem for us. See if we can get another encirclement, maybe. How about all of you guys push right there? Nope. Okay, we can't waste soldiers either. What if we just did this? Everyone push. Should burn them down pretty quick. No? Not really. Okay. That didn't work. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, it didn't work. Alright, well, you know what? Push in here. Good, 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 good. Alright, there's another 8. Whew. Okay, there we go. We got 8 more soldiers taken. It's something, and look at this. See, their lines are starting to look a little bit weird, aren't they? What does their ledger say? Yeah, 117 to 153. We are in trouble because our manpower, but they also appear to be in trouble.
Hello, sir.
So, everyone except for you, push this way. Okay, and then push this way. Okay, and then push this way. All right, we got an encirclement, but it is a really loose encirclement right here. I need everyone to be able to push into here because they have nothing left. I mean, this is another solid loss for them. Look, that's 12, 13, 14. That's like 14. Whew, haha. All right, that's like 14 soldiers. Good. There we go. Now, these guys might be encircled. So that might be a problem. Oh my god. That is a really big problem. God dang it. Oh no.
Hey.
Okay. All right, we have an extremely big problem in the form of me not paying attention and they slipped through my lines again. So I want all of my motorized to come right here. We're going to push right through. This might be a problem. And then I want you guys to just push right on through. Push through. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now push here. Okay, good. Now push here. Okay, fine. Fine. Good. All right, now. You seem to have yourself in a maybe a little bit of a predicament. Our supply is just horrible. And they are running rampant on us right now.
You're no match for us.
But we do have them entirely surrounded. I'll tell you what, we really need to kind of quickly get all of our territory back because they are expanding way too quickly out towards our primary territory, and that is extremely bad. I don't know where to pull soldiers back from to stem this, though.
What's up?
Maybe you guys. What if we pulled you? You're Army 5. We're going to try to clean this up fast because they clearly got through our lines.
Hello, sir.
But as long as we can squash them fast enough, we actually might be okay. Yeah, see, I think we're going to clean this up. It's ugly, but we're going to clean this up. They're at 105 total divisions. You know, it is a war of attrition right now. And, I mean, this is another huge chunk of soldiers that we might be able to take out quick. It is risky because we're going to be pulling a lot of people from the front lines still, but I think we do it. This might be a problem up here, but it's okay because of how much land we're essentially taking back from here. Yeah, that's another 4 soldiers that are just gone. Not to mention, you guys are my motorized. Come on back here. Okay, that was another pretty serious rip of their soldiers. Okay, we took out a whole bunch of them again, and look, they did it to themselves again. If I set up here, I should be able to blitz over and take out a whole bunch more soldiers. Now, again, this is a war of attrition through and through. Look at this. They're at 76 to 96. If we can just sustain ourselves for long enough, we're going to take out enough of their soldiers that they're screwed.
Hello, sir.
So you guys all come on up here, and then I want you to get back your supply. Okay, now push through here. We'll try to cut them off again, which we know we can do. They really don't stand a chance against us in terms of viability of soldiers. They don't have it. Our soldiers are just better. There's just some more soldiers, and here's another 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's another 8 soldiers that we might just be able to
Hello, sir.
honestly roll in and take. Okay, there we go. Now, you gotta imagine they're getting, yeah, see, look at this, 62 to 74. I mean, we're really starting to make a dent in their soldiers, like significantly so. So now we gotta get a new front line, and I think we try to get a surround up this way. Wow, you know what? We can get these 3, or I think we come this way. So let's throw our front line here. Okay, good. You can get a nice little surround if we come right here. Now we have another surround. It is a precarious one. We gotta push fairly quickly to secure it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Boom. Okay, good. Good. Another surround. Take these guys right here.
Hello,
Come on over, guys. Come on, get in there. Get in there. They shouldn't really have any supply again. So we should be able to get a nice little crunch on all of these guys. Just like that. Okay. All right. Guys, they got to be hurting. Yeah, 37 to 49 divisions. We, at this point, dramatically outnumber them. Now, we did lose a motorized somehow. I think that's just an attrition problem here, but it's okay. See, we can kind of just surround them and then squish them. And then look at that. Like, we just took out another, like, 3 soldiers. I think we're just moving too fast for them. Our motorized are just destroying them. Yeah, 29 to 37. They just don't have the soldier count anymore. I'm willing to bet they don't even have enough people to man the front lines. I think we can just go entirely behind them. For example, like this. And I don't think there's anything they could do about it. I think we basically just have destroyed them. Their manpower is only 5,000 deployed. They have 21 divisions. Most of them are ghoul infantry.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
At this point, I think we just start taking their land, right? They don't even have an army up here. So let's just start taking their land. Anytime we see an enemy, they're going to be so few and far between that we're just going to destroy them as soon as they pop up. We're just going to go one by one to all of their cities. We'll start on this side, and we'll just take them out. We just need as many victory points as we can. Here you go. Here's some soldiers. Not really afraid of them. Pretty much any resistance that we find, we're just gonna destroy systematically. Like, these 2 or 3 soldiers are really just one soldier really just gonna get overrun pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay. I mean, honestly, pretty much like it's nothing. So why don't you go like this and then up here? How many soldiers they have? Probably nothing. They have 11. 11 to 21 at this point. You guys don't even have a front line, so why don't you guys come right here? And then offensive line like this. And then go. You guys also offensive line like this, and then go. You guys offensive line like this, and then go. And then you guys just keep doing your thing. Everybody else is gonna move. They don't have enough soldiers to really make me worried about anything, to be honest. I mean, at this point, just push behind enemy lines and push over to their capital. Who cares? All right.
Haven't had a decent
There we
meal
go.
in weeks.
So we were being a little bit too aggressive. Let's come on back here and clean up some of this mess a little bit. All right, so we might have accidentally got our best units pinned down up there. That's not exactly what you want to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collapse on all of this quick. Then we'll say Operation Save Our Most Important Soldiers. Alrighty, I think we almost have it.
Hello, sir.
Why don't you go over here and get all of this? Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Okay. So, guys, let's talk about that. That was a stupid war, but we got absolutely all of it. Which to me is just silly. Look at Arroyo. That is one hell of a battle. Now, we are decimated in terms of manpower. Just decimated. But, I mean, it's hard to argue that was not just incredible. We have so much territory right now. We have we tripled our civilian factories easily. I mean, easily we tripled them. Now we can start making things like increasing our infrastructure. We probably can start, eventually we can start coring these territories. There is a ton of things we need to do. But for now, I really just need to let my soldiers recuperate, get back my manpower, and then, loosely recreate some of these armies. But, really, we lost minimal forces. And then I think we can start looking towards people like She State, which is gonna really have no no ability to withstand us, or Broken Coast that has basically nothing. I mean, how can I be afraid of Broken Coast at this point when we just took out incredible. I don't know how we did that, but we did it. We are setting up against Broken Coast. I want to take this land. The reason is they don't have many soldiers. They got 30, and they have a ton of factories that I do really want. And then I think we're finally going to be going for She State, which is the end of the national focus tree here. We got to take this land right here. I have no clue how to get here. I've never really messed around with naval invasions, so that's something that we have to figure out. But anyway, we're going to have to justify this war goal. It's going to take 80 days. That is a lot shorter than I thought. And the one bad thing is that this is really the only place that we can attack them from. So what we're going to do is we're going to let them stream through here to our fallback lines, and then we're just going to cut in here with our motorized, take this, basically have all their guys cut off, and then we're just going to stream in behind them and win. I don't honestly imagine this is going to be a big deal for us. All right, here we go. Well, I don't imagine that this is going to be all that hard. I think that this is actually going to be really easy. We are going to call our No, we're not going to call our allies. What am I doing? All right. So I'm imagining they're going to stream through here. Go ahead. Yeah. Not really too scary for me. And then after all of you guys come on in, which is going to be like most of your army, I think, we're going to just take you. Nice. And now that we're across here, I want you guys to have a new front line right there. And I'm thinking that we maybe push out like that. And now we have to squish a little bit. Get on in there. Oof. Alright, this is a little bit hairier than I thought it was going to be. Alrighty. Well, tell me I'm going to lose all these guys. That was a mistake. So, I lost all those soldiers. That was a big mistake. Thought I was going to get that for sure. But you know what? It is what it is. I'll get all these guys back and they'll pay for it. I have a whole bunch of troops that are just continuously being created down here.
Sir?
So it's really not a huge deal. We're back and we just will have taken out, I think, about half of their army, to be honest with you. What we really need to do now is make a new front line for most of these soldiers, like this, and then like this.
Had a decent meal in weeks.
So everybody get back up there, and then all of you guys come like this.
Had a decent meal in weeks.
All right. I may have lost some soldiers there, but they lost significantly more. And you know what I can do? I can take most of these motorized divisions from the kind of reserve and then pull them over here. That's fine. It sucks, and it makes me feel bad for doing something kind of stupid, but that's fine. Everybody get in here, please. Get rid of these fallback lines. I think they're pushing a naval invasion down there. But honestly, I'm not super afraid of them because they don't have a huge army, and honestly, I'm going to destroy most of their army, like, right now. This already is another 4 of their soldiers, and they just don't have enough soldiers to do it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because look, if we come over here, they have 10 to 18 divisions. Now that I have a foothold over here, I can kind of just start pushing, and I'll set up some offensive lines, and then we'll be fine. There. Now, we can do, for example, an offensive line like this. Go. You have an offensive line like this. Go. You have an offensive line like this. Go. So at this point, I think we're just going to kind of take over. I don't really imagine that this is going to get too crazy. There we go. Like I said, I don't really anticipate that this is a thing because they have 7 to 13 divisions. So kind of think that this is... Look at that. Make that 6 divisions. Oh, New Victoria. Hello. Look at you. Look at you taking some land. I mean, I don't love that. Because it feels like you just kind of swooped in and you're trying to take my stuff.
Hello, sir.
So I want a new offensive line, and I want everything. Unfortunately, we actually can't do anything. New Victoria is going to take all the remaining land, and we have to hope that Broken Coast is going to capitulate after they take a couple more of their territories. Otherwise, this is going to make it really awkward, and I think we have to go potentially into a naval invasion, which makes my life really difficult. I'm going to just delete all these front lines, and we're just going to set up down south, I think. Yeah, we're just going to set up down south around She State. New Victoria, that is honestly really annoying. New Victoria took more than me, you stanker. So, I guess we'll just take the land that we care about the most, which is all the crap near me. Alright, so, Alright, so we took a ton of extra land up here. New Victoria took a ton of land too, which I don't love, and we might have to take out New Victoria as a result, because again, they have almost nothing. So that kind of ticks me off, to be honest with you. We might have to run up here and take them out. There is a land route through here to them. Yeah, you know what? New Victoria, screw you. Yeah, no, we're not gonna stand for that, New Victoria. Don't even think about it. Get out of here. New Victoria, I mean, look, you took too much land. You overextended too much. And now you're gonna pay the price. All right, to be honest with you, New Victoria, I wasn't gonna go for you. You were not going to be in my crosshairs, but now you are. And honestly, you have no one to blame but yourself, unfortunately. You have so few soldiers that I can basically just go around you. So I'm just going to kind of do this, and I'm going to push. Now, something that we can do is, I mean, we're just basically going to push everywhere, and we're going to win. There's really nothing they could do. They simply don't have enough soldiers. I want to, you know what I actually want to do? I want to run over here. So why don't we get most of these motorized and push them over here. I don't really think they're going to have much of an answer for us running right down here to New Victoria, to be honest with you. You know what? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, and then run back here. Otherwise...
Hello?
Yeah, you see this? I mean, we basically got us around here as well. And it's kind of just natural because they just simply don't have enough soldiers to do anything about it. Hey, Secret Stash earned 10 million caps in total. You can see we basically have them entirely dead to rights otherwise.
Set up a bonfire!
I'll tell you what. You know what I kind of want to do? Kind of want to take out any remaining resistance that we can. And I see just a tank sitting here, so might as well do this. There we go. Yeah, sorry, New Victoria. I mean, look, like I said, I really honestly didn't really want to do that. It was not something that I actively wanted to do, but you made me do it. You know, it is what it is. Now, She State is next, and I'm feeling particularly good about myself right now, which is probably a little dangerous, but we really got to figure out how to handle, like, naval invasions, I guess.
Sir?
Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know how to do naval invasions. So we're going to get our... right there. All right, you guys will all get set up.
Sir?
You guys need to come... that.
What's up?
You guys need to come like this.
Sir?
You guys need to come here. All right, I think we're just gonna figure it out. We're just gonna justify against them right now, and then we'll take this area and we'll just kind of figure it out. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna go exactly. We can call in our ally. We might as well. We'll take this land pretty easily. I have a feeling they're gonna naval invade me up here somewhere. Again, we have more soldiers than them, and we can station these guys. Yeah, area defense. I can kind of just do that. That's probably worth it if I understand how that works correctly. and that probably protects against naval invasion. Now, I kind of do still doubt that. I feel like they're still going to naval invade me somewhere, and I'm not going to like it, but we have enough troops. We'll just deal with it. Otherwise, we'll just take all this area, and we can restart our national focus tree at that point, which is, I think, realistically the game plan. Don't love that our manpower is so low. This is a result of the garrisoning, right? So let's get a little bit more core manpower by doing, or by a little bit more manpower by coring those. Yes, see that manpower right there jumps right up to 1,000. And actually that gets us what we need. So I have enough manpower right there with that 1,000 that we're good to go. I can core a couple more places as well. As soon as we get the... Ooh, you got a lot of troops, don't you? 62 to 109 is actually no slouch. I really should be less cavalier about this, I think. Like, this is probably a more difficult battle than I making it seem like, but I'm not particularly scared. Again, they're gonna try to naval invade me, I think, and I'm not really all that worried about it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's just do it. We'll call our allies just do it. There you go. So now, here's what I'm thinking. You guys, can you do this? Will this work? Not really. What if we did this? Spread out their front line a little bit more so it looks more like this. Okay, now hold on there. Okay, so what can we do? They don't have too much going on here. We should be able to push in. They're going to reinforce that position, but you know what they can't reinforce? Oh, they can reinforce up here because what? This is a river that we seemingly can't cross, which makes this really difficult. So, where are all of their soldiers? They got to have some supply issues, right? What if we just do this? Not really. So this actually might be a little bit harder than I anticipated. I mean, because up here isn't actually anything useful. So everybody come down here. Now, how do we win this battle? We have so many more troops than them, it's not even funny, right? 94, we're attacking from every angle. Their supply is low. We gotta win this, you would imagine, right? Gosh, did that not work? Okay. So how do we do this? Let's try something else. What if we take you, my motorized, you are Army 2. Okay. And now do this.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
Come on. Get this. Okay, well, we got a little bit more. They're getting squished. And I know they have a port there. If we can take this port, then we're gonna be doing really good. So everyone go here. And then everyone push there. Okay, good. Now look, these guys, I think they have a little port there, but it's not much. And that is gonna really hurt them. This is gonna burn them down a little bit, no? Okay, never mind. Hold on. All right, but these guys are all really without any supply. As long as we can hold these lines, I think we'll have cleaned up all of this in the middle. Do I have any naval invasions? No, just make sure that I don't have any naval invasions anywhere. All right, let's get all this stuff. Wow, this is so much stuff on my screen. 98, 99, okay. So we're moving in here.
Take this!
Go ahead, everybody can re-engage, do what you need to.
Hey.
Now we're gonna do this, like this. You gotta imagine that we're just gonna destroy them. They have no supply to speak of, so we're just gonna take them all out. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, good. Again, just no supply, so there's really not any fear of them being able to fight back. Especially like this, when we've split them really nicely.
Had a decent meal in weeks.
Just push in there. That was harder than I thought. I didn't think that we were going to be able to... I thought that we were going to be able to get in there a lot quicker, but all right, we should be able to kill all of these soldiers, which it was a decent amount of soldiers. That was a good, like, 30 or 40 soldiers, to be honest with you. They're all going to They're pretty much all gonna get, there you go. They are all busted up. And that does what for us? 75 to 102. I forget what they were at before, but they were at enough before. And we have like all of our soldiers here.
Hello?
Everyone can just push on in. Alright, just burn another 12 soldiers or more. There we go. So now we have control of this area. This area, if I'm not mistaken, was what we were waiting on down here. No. Californian state, four ways. All core land of four ways is owned by the Californian state, their subjects, or their allies. Alright, so bad news, guys. I think I actually do have to figure out how to naval invade down here. Just realized that She State somehow got up here. That doesn't particularly make sense to me. But I'm not...
What's up?
I'm also not particularly afraid of it, so... You know what, we're actually going to put a pause on our naval invasion for a second. And... put some people up here.
Sir?
Just get our little encirclement of you guys. Alright, get all of our soldiers up here, please. Ho, ho, ho! There you go. Alright, get on up here. You guys surprised me somehow. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. Wow, they have... looks like they have a lot of their army here. So... I think everybody's here, right? You guys push in, maybe? Kind of, yeah. Okay. Where can we get an encirclement? Got some people, honestly. This kind of looks like we should be able to win this. Alright, why don't you guys go like this? And then push... Everybody can get back to where works for you. Good.
Hello,
and let's
sir.
just kind of push in here. Are we contained everywhere is the question. It looks like we are.
Hey.
And it looks like we should start to be able to make some small pushes in different directions. I mean, they have a lot of their soldiers here. So while this won't really help us with our naval invasion, it kind of does because it takes out...
I'm out of here!
What is this? What's the vuv? Oh, here. Of course.
Sir?
I'll tell you what. You guys do this. Hello? I'll tell you what. You guys push in here, and we'll send this army back. What army is this?
Hey there.
So you guys, if you guys could please do this. Hey guys,
Sir?
what's going on over here? Why does this exist? All right, good. And then, why don't you do this? Alright, well, you know what? That's 7 soldiers at the very least that are just totally done now. Now, how is She State doing? She State is at 57 divisions. It's some, but honestly, we might be able to take out like a vast majority of them. The problem is I still have no freaking clue how to get my soldiers over to their land, so... You know, that's a thing. But in the meantime, we can just do this, and we should be able to make some pretty major gains against them. They just simply don't have enough soldiers to make this scary for us. And there you go. Alright, so again, that should take out another like 7 soldiers. Yeah, so now I have 50 divisions, that's it. And we are pretty steadily crunching them here. They overextended themselves way too much. I mean, this is about to be another... What? Well, here's another 3, 4 gone, so they're gonna have mid-40s. Okay, you guys now push over this way. All right, we actually got another surround accidentally, so I will certainly take that. Why don't you guys just push in? We have 0 manpower, which makes me a little bit more nervous than I would like. We can take out another unit here. Okay, you guys can just push in a little bit. Okay.
Hello?
And there is another couple of soldiers taken out. There we go. Now, if we check on the old Chi State again, they have 21. They only have 20 soldiers, and I mean, it sure is looking like there's a pretty dang good amount of them here. We should just be able to run right in here and take all this area. So really, their invasion of me was really short-sighted. I mean, it really screwed them over. It took out almost their entire military. So if we can figure out how to do the whole naval invasion thing, which we're going to look into in just a second, they pretty much don't have the ability to defend themselves. They have 13 divisions, and 10 of them are in front of me right here. So, Chi State. You kind of screwed up there, Mr. Man. You have 3 divisions. Now, here's the pitiful part. How the heck...
What's up?
do I do a naval invasion? From here? To... here. Current dominance. I need dominance. I don't know how to get dominance. Just go do it. Okay, so let me take a look around and see if I can figure out how to do this whole naval thing. So I might not be able to do the naval invasion because I just honestly don't understand it, but I do have this paratrooper, and I hit 1 power armor. I know he's gonna die, absolutely so. But you know what? Let's just see how this works, because maybe I can get soldiers here after. So what if I do that? What happens? Okay, good. So I got people here. Now, if I do this, what happens? Nothing? Okay.
Sir?
Okay, so that didn't work, but it almost worked. I could definitely get a naval or an air invasion here. So if I go like this and make a whole big old division of power armor, then, yeah, they only have 9 divisions. Then we'll actually be okay. All right, let's try this. I still don't think I'm convinced I know how this works, but I'm gonna have them drop right here in San Francisco, the capital. And I want you just to do it. They're actually relatively cheap to make, so I'm not really afraid of doing it. I don't exactly know what I did differently, but we're gonna give this a shot. How many soldiers do they have? They have 7 divisions. I'm about to send 10 power armors over. 1 additional transport wings. Okay, just do it. All right, go. This is extremely confusing. Okay,
Hey there.
great. Run down here. Okay, now the other 5 of you.
Hey there.
Can you guys now land here? Okay, I think in 5 days I'll have 6. There. Okay, now I have more.
What's up?
Good. So now you guys, can you beat them there?
Hello, sir.
94, 95, 96, 97. Come on. Okay, I got San Francisco. So now
Haven't had a
you
decent meal in
guys
weeks.
go here.
I'm gonna
You
send
guys
packing.
go well, you guys stay there. It's power armor. Can I please get
What's up?
an army? Okay,
Sir?
you guys, could you please make your way over here?
Hello?
And I think I basically just have to do this with power armor. Like I don't know that I have a choice.
What's up?
But you know what I do have? I do have more power armor. So let's do this. And you guys drop on in right there. And I want you to do it. Oops. I want you to do it when you can. Everybody regroup. And then,
You're mine.
why don't you guys try to counterattack? Okay. All right. Come on.
What's up?
Let's get these guys right here. And then we know we can hold that.
Got a decent
Let's take
meal in
one
weeks.
more of you guys. Put you right here. This is kind of working.
What's up?
I'm basically attempting to take the entirety of this island. I mean, I have power armor. You've got to figure that these guys can do some damage. There you go. Push in over here.
This isn't like The Sims!
Push in up here. Just keep pushing them back and gaining some land. We have San Francisco and a pretty nasty naval base, I think. Oh my god. Is it that easy? They can actually just walk across the land? Okay. Whew. Yikes. All right, I'm gonna lose some of my troopers, but I think as long as I can get my regular
Sir?
infantry down here, I'll be fine. Okay, save our boys. There we go. All right. Now you guys are in trouble. All right, so paratroopers are the way to go here, obviously. Clearly and obviously, paratroopers are the only way to go here. There we go. Now, we should
Hello.
be good. Whew.
Hello, sir.
Guys, you don't know how many hours, well, probably not hours, but you don't know
Sir?
how long it took me to figure out this darn paradrop situation that we got going on. I still have no clue how the ships are supposed to work here, but I think at this
Haven't had a
point,
decent meal
we
in
pretty
weeks.
much got them. We're going to be able to just trample all over them. And I think as soon as we get this guy right here, they should capitulate. Yeah, that should be it. Nope. New Tracy. There we are. Holy shnikes. Alright, I won't lie to you, that was pretty brutal. That was extremely brutal. Now, California State, 4-way. All core land of 4-way is owned by the California State. Their subjects are their allies. Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Arroyo is big, Arroyo is strong. We are at this point the probably second or third largest country here. We could go against the NCR if we wanted to, or the California State, right? But at this point, the chosen one of Vault 13 is stuck because I can't possibly be the Californian State. Okay, I lied. Hold on. Oh, never mind. We can do this. All right, all core land of Eureka is owned by us. So now we are going to do this, and we're going to see what happens. Finally, it's been so long since we've had the ability to do a national focus again. We got the fisheries, which means we can now go to deal with the barons. This gives us monthly population plus 20%. That's great. Let's do that. You know, those power armors were kind of good. Let's get a whole division of them. Oops. I lied. We're gonna get 15 apparently is the maximum we can get due to the special division template size. So we have our 15, we'll have our 15 spot on our paratroopers, which is fine, I'll take it. All right, we got the deal with the barons, which gives us recruitable population increase, pretty solid. We can get this one, which gets us Arroyan taxes. Now we have a decision to make. NCR statehood, either we can ally with the NCR or we can become a member of the NCR. No, we're going to ally. We worked too hard to be Arroyo. We are going to be an ally to the NCR. And that works for me. NCR is big and powerful. We're honestly pretty big and powerful. We could pretty much take on anyone. I mean, we can consider taking on the Legion of Pluto if we really wanted to. But let's see what happens here first. All right, there we go. Accept the NCR. Friends again. Let us join the Republican War, holding out against all forms of tyranny. For whatever their flaws, they did build our ancestor a really nice statue. Okay. The NCR welcomes us as allies. So now we are allied to the NCR, which, I mean, come on. We are now pretty darn nasty. We got the Legion of Pluto, who is gross, sitting at our doorstep. So we could consider going against them as one final assault. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We have one final showdown, which is the Arroyan Californian State Alliance versus the Legion of Pluto. Legion of Pluto is no joke either. They're kind of scary. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to justify our war goal. It's going to take 135 days, and this is going to be it. Do or die for us. We have our line all set up. It looks like NCR is getting ready too. See, you know, see what I did here? I put a little fallback line and a fallback line here. Actually, it looks like they can hold the line pretty well. Maybe I don't need this fallback line. All right, never mind. Guess I don't need this fallback line. I wasn't sure that they were going to be protecting me this much, but I think we're kind of looking okay. NCR is getting ready. They're ready for war, my dudes. I think this is going to be really, really interesting. This is going to be legitimately all-out war. Let's see if we can core anything else. We cannot. Oops. All right. This is a fitting end to the series, don't you think? Holy shit. How am I gonna keep track of all this? It's gonna be horrible. Oh my god. I'm actually getting a little nervous. It's kind of cool that the NCR is right here, huh? Look at this. This is big. This is nasty. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is insanity. We're either going to get destroyed or we're going to destroy them. We have plenty of manpower. We even have paratroopers, which is kind of cool, right? I mean, I could build bunkers all along, but you know what? I don't think we really need it. I think we have enough soldiers. It actually looks like we somehow outnumber them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, absolutely outnumber them in a lot of areas. I think we're gonna be fine. I think we're going for it. I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. Here goes nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Calling all of our allies. Let's do it. This is going to be really, really scary. So I am not going to push anywhere. I'm going to let the NCR push. You guys are going to push, though. Okay. Guys, so far, I think so good. Right? Although, I don't really like whatever's happening up here. This makes me nervous. I might have to pull back my soldiers. Hold on. No, we're good. I think. Okay. We're making some moves here. Oh boy. All right. So what do we think? I think we cut this area off. That's a ton of soldiers. We would just clean sweep if we can go down this direction, which I think we can. Their soldiers appear to be significantly weaker than our soldiers are. So, I mean, let's see if we can keep doing this, we can get a big old surround. All we would need to do is just go down here. The problem is going to be if we actually fill this area in, which it does look like we are. I mean, fill it in, boys. Fill it in. Come on, come on, come on. Get in there, get in there, get in there. We are very close to filling it in, and this is a huge entrapment, or encirclement. If we can go maybe this way. No, if we can go this way. All we need is for you guys to get... Yeah, there it is. All right, we got it. We got our encirclement. That's it. That's it, boys. Let's pack it up. I mean, at this point, let's just start pushing in, right? As long as they don't break through our lines, I mean, just so that we're clear, just so that we're on the same page here. 313 to 346. Our lines look stable over here. This will take out at least 100. I mean, at least 100 soldiers. Guys, push in here. They're gonna lose all of their supply in pretty quick succession here. And again, these guys are even all finished here. There we go. Okay, now, they got out, they got out.
Hello.
Push here, I want this back. I want this back. Give me this back, come on, give me this back. Give me this back, come on, come on, come on. Good, 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 good. We gotta push in. We gotta push in a little bit. Good. Try to push up here. It's fine. Let's give ourselves a little bit more breathing room on this encirclement. Good. Just keep pushing this way. Very good. Just keep pushing this way. This is great. This is great. I should go and check on the rest of the battle fast. Good. They're getting all chopped up here. Looks like we might be losing a little bit of territory up north, but we did take off all of this. Now, they should probably be, 284 to 286. They took out, I mean, not quite 100, but it's getting up there. Where are you guys? Can you guys push in here? Oh, hold on. Well, all right, let's just wait.
What's up?
Here, go, everybody in here. Come on, take them out. Okay, that's 11 soldiers right there. That's 2 soldiers right there. Perfect. Now everyone down here, and I want to take out all the rest of these guys. We got that nice little separation there, which just did exactly what we wanted it to. Boom. And there's another 18 soldiers that are about to get taken out. Boom, 17. How's the rest of our lines looking? We are losing some ground over here is the problem, but that's okay. All right, everybody over here. Because we are getting a little bit encircled, actually. Why don't you guys come over here? Okay, hold on. Can we... I don't really love whatever the heck is going on over here. I mean, we did obviously take all this, and this is fantastic. But we really need to make a little bit more gains if we're going to make any real tangible progress. Now, we took out about 100 of their divisions. That in itself is a pretty big win here. You gotta admit, that's a pretty big win here. All right, you guys push in here a little bit. Let's get some movement going here. I don't love this up here. This is making me nervous, so why don't we take our power armor division and we'll put them here just to get somebody there. How about you guys? Can we push with you? Yeah, they don't really have much here. So push. Okay, that's good. Let's push a little bit more. Okay, and then you guys, see if we can go this way at all. Oh, come on, don't do that. Okay, this is good. This is fine. You guys come this way. I mean, it's only a 1 enemy encirclement, but get this 1 enemy. All right, well, you know what? We got 1 enemy and we push this line a little bit. That's fine. These lines are stagnant, but you know what? I think our power armor is enough here. We can get another little encirclement. Good. This works for me. Push and squeeze all them. Now, how about you guys? I would like... Who are you?
Hey.
It's you? You guys don't have orders. Can you go here? Please?
Hey there.
You guys don't have orders either. Why don't you guys go here? Alright, now we can go right like this. And you guys can't really do much about that. We're going to overpower you. Okay. And now I can go a little bit further. Okay, now you guys come like this. Another little surround. That's fine. Alright, now, again, I just want to be clear. They are down to 200 divisions now. We are really starting to cause some major attrition. Alright, well, can you guys please... Okay. Now, you guys go here. And then you guys right here. See if I can come like this and get an encirclement. And it looks like indeed I can. Come on, get the encirclement. You can do it. All right. Well, that's clearly not working. So let's... Well, I think we do one of these. So we've taken out about half their forces at this point. Our manpower is looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. This is kind of just a war of attrition right now. All right, look at that. There's another little encirclement. Good news here is these are some pretty good troops. There's like tanks and stuff in here. I love taking all this out. I'll take this all day. Well, that clearly didn't work. So I'm going to try to push this way a little bit with the intention of... grabbing a couple more supply points. Like Oasis right here. There we go. All right. It's a couple more losses for them. Now, again, they are at 167 and 182, so there's still a ton of fielded manpower. This is absolutely just a long war of attrition for us, but we're doing half decent. All right, we got some backup soldiers in here. I think we're all right. They can hold this line up here. Nice little encirclement here, cleaning up all this.
Hey there.
These guys should have, oops. These guys should have no remaining supply, so we should be able to clean this up really fast. All right, that's that. Now, what is going on down here? I don't quite have the ability to make any, you know, I probably could get another cutoff there. They're at 138, so we're really burning them down. It's just a grind, man. This is a heck of a grind. There you go. There's another encirclement. It's a pretty nice one, too. There we go. That's a nice little one right there. And there we go. That's the encirclement I'm looking for. Get a little buffer. They should have no supply. That's another 20 or so soldiers. I think we are just about wrapping this one up. They have a ton of land, but look at their number of divisions. They have 61 divisions left, which means they are just about unable to cover pretty much anywhere that we want to push.
Sir.
So, meaning if we do this, well, you know what? Maybe we don't. At this point, every single legion that we take out is of pretty significant impact to them.
What's up?
And really, we can just kind of do this because they don't have enough soldiers to really do anything about it. We'll essentially just end up getting encirclements just due to the fact that they don't have enough soldiers to do anything about it. So if we just kind of do this, we can just guarantee that all these soldiers no longer have supply here, which is another probably 10. It's probably like 20% of their soldiers right here. And you know what we can even do? We can actually send these guys back here, which are just my motorized, and we can just try to clean up all the way behind and take out like all 10 of these soldiers or so. Oh, there it is. Woohoo, baby. All right, we got it. So there is a silly amount of land. And of course, California State has a huge amount of it. I'm going to try to just claim all the obvious land that I want. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Look at that. Arroyo is just massive. And California State, our ally, is also just massive. We, at this point, are virtually unstoppable. I mean, Tlalicpactli is pretty strong looking down there, but at this point, I think we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've done everything that we set out to do in this one. I actually really like this playthrough. I had a really great time. There were like 4 wars that I had no business winning, if we were being really honest with ourselves, but we pulled through. Thanks so much for being along this journey with me of Arroyo. Next up, I don't know. I really am itching for some Brotherhood again, so we might play as the Guardian Brotherhood, but we'll see. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the path of the Chosen One and the Chosen One's rise to power. And I'll catch you in the next episode of Hearts of Iron 4.